Lions, who do run the starburst return. Corey Crawford is back deep for the Lions. Also back deep for them is Clint Dempsey. And the dealer man, it looks like, is Derek Malarkey. Would you expect that as a linebacker?
Well, he's a big guy. He can stand to be hit.
He may be the protection man, but it does not look, as Shea Ratliff is on the other side, it doesn't look to me like they're in the typical starburst return formation.
Well, you can get into it from that position, obviously, Boots, but I'm with you. It looks like they just got Malarkey back there to be a lead blocker.
So Brent Marchant is in the game, the short hooch kicking specialist for the Yellow Jackets. Jackets in all white with the Navy headgear.
Oh, here we go.
Brownwood in the all maroon with white trim. We are underway, going right to left for the Jackets, and the opening kick is off. High end over end kick will probably go out of bounds. No, it takes a great kick and is taken by Malarkey at the 25-yard line. Escapes one tackle and another. Gets to the 30-yard line, and that is about it. To the 31-yard line as Clint Dempsey is the return man, not Malarkey. And fortunate for the Jackets that time as Virgin hit a kick that hit probably 2 foot off the sideline and kicked backwards, back toward the grain, back into the middle of the field. If it kicks out of bounds, then it's a huge penalty to help the Lions. Instead, they will start at their 31 instead of much better field position. First and 10 for the Lions. They split 2 receivers to both sides. I formation behind Deacon Burns. Ratliff is the tailback. Hand off to Ratliff. He will get knocked back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose 1 on the play. Will Ratliff, a loss of 1. It'll set up second down and 11.
Well, that was Harmon that came in on the tackle, Boots, and just owned his man. His man being 72, William Paulson, the 6'1", 227 senior. Pretty easy to do math on that matchup, isn't it?
Corey Crawford splits to the far side. Another receiver with him, split receiver as well, and now flags. Is it flag or a timeout has been called?
I'm not sure. It's timeout.
We'll see who the timeout has been charged against. It is a dead ball, illegal substitution against Brownwood as they broke the huddle with 12 players. I saw that, and then a player ran off late. So that will be a 5-yard penalty against the Lions, setting up now second down and 16.
I've seen that more times this year than I believe I've ever seen in my life in games that we've been a part of by other teams. That is just weird to me that you can, that can ever happen.
So it's now second down and 16. Same formation, twins to the far side, one to the near side. I formation.
They throw out of this formation.
With Butler, the fullback, Ratliff, the tailback, Dean, rolling to the far side, looking to throw the left-hander. It's tipped up in the air, and it's almost intercepted. Making the tip for the Jackets. Was it Scott on a quarterback blitz? Feltz coming up from his safety position.
Just got his hands up, and no offense here, but that's not real hard to do.
And here's the funny part. He's listed at 5'8", 5'9". I don't even know if he's that.
I'm 5'9", and he's shorter than me.
So there you go.
That's nice to be able to say at least 1 week.
Somebody shorter than you at quarterback?
Yeah, that's hardly ever happened.
So it's third down and 16, and the Lions now send 2 to the near side. Crawford is the split man. They go with the T formation. Burns is in shotgun, flanked by 2 running backs beside him. Snap back to him, straight drop, looking to throw. The left-hander still looking, going across the middle, over the head of the intended receiver. Crawford was intended receiver. If he makes the catch, it's still well short of the first down. It is incomplete. Sets up fourth down. Johnny, you were pointing something out?
Well, they had a man streaking over the middle. I thought they were going to try to find that guy. I think it was Dempsey, but it was well defended too. And so Burns never looked at anybody but Crawford. Not a very good pass. I think that's exactly what Coach Briles wanted to happen on the first series, 3 and out, and then attack the penalty on top of that. So you got good field position coming up.
The deep man was Dempsey. Back to punt for the Lions is 29. Matt Followell, his kick end over end. A boomer gets off, and then it will be taken by Briles. Makes one man miss, then a second gets to the 43-yard line. 40 yards on the kick. And Johnny, that's the old-fashioned, almost drop kick look.
Yeah.
The quick kick.
And, exactly, quick kick is what it looked like. And that's pretty easy to block. I would think that was not intentional.
So the Jackets will start with good field position. And how about that, seeing Kendal Briles back for punt returns, and we've not seen that yet this year.
Does that tell you how big this game is?
Certainly is. First quarter of this game with no score. It's Bank of America's first quarter as Jackets start their first offensive series. Briles is in shotgun, one back standing next to him. Snap back, inside trap, handoff to Hunter. Hunter finds a little bit of a seam, gets to about the 45-yard line, a pickup of 2, 2.5. It'll set up now second down and 8.
Great play there by Chad Evans, that linebacker, boots number 45 that you mentioned during the pregame. He just kind of stuffed the line of scrimmage after it was a good surge by the offensive line. They got 2 yards, but that was where Evans stood up and said, no, that's going to be about the end of this run.
Well, you talk about the surge up front. There was a little bit of delay in the backfield. If it had been a quick hitter, it'd probably been for 5 instead of 2. Now Briles is under center, split wingbacks on both sides and one back. Play action, rolling out Briles in some trouble. Throwing on the flats, has Avalos, makes the catch. Smash shot, check that. Goes out of bounds at the 50-yard line. A gain of about 5, maybe 6 on the play. It'll set up, not a good spot. Then we'll come back to the 49-yard line, a gain of about 4.5. It'll set up now 3rd down and 3 for the Jackets. Ball just inside the 50-yard line on Stephenville's side of the field.
It looked to me like they went to a 5-man front. If you'll notice, Boots, just before the snap of the ball, Adrian Gomez, number 40, split out, and he was the one that was trying to get pressure on Briles.
2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Now the tailback Hunter comes in motion this side. Briles running the option. On the keeper, goes across. First down inside the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, trying to stick. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 51 yards into Brown. Stephenville strikes first.
Wow. Was that pretty? Did you see him pull away at the 30-yard line? There is the speed of Kendal Briles, and this crowd has hushed.
And did you hear all the Brownwood fans rattling their bells when the dive back was tackled a yard short of the first down? They thought he all had the ball. A beautiful fake by Kendal Briles.
Man, does he have some speed.
Jackets will set up for the extra point. Patronus with the hold. Doty has the snap.
These are big.
Nelson getting set for the kick. Motion up front on the line. We'll have to see who this is going to be an infraction against. And Johnny, I've talked to the coaching staff. They've made an adjustment on the blocking scheme up front on the left side because Stephenville got a few blocks from that side last week, and they said they have made an adjustment and it won't happen tonight.
That's good to know.
6-0 here at the Bank of America first quarter. The infraction will be against one of the interior linemen of the Jackets, so even Nelson's extra point will come from the 15-yard line, making it a 25-yard extra point. I watched him in pregame. He was easy good for 45.
Oh, yeah, this is chip shot.
Snap back, high but held. Kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. Credit Patronus that time on a high snap. Brought it back to the kick, so Nelson could make it 7-0. 9:24 to go in the first quarter over Brownwood. Steve on top back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments, and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory. Teal has been building quality chainsaws since 1926. Bill's Lawnmower Shop has been providing quality power equipment service since 1966. For an experienced team that can provide excellent service and reliable chainsaws, look to Steel and Bill's Lawnmower Shop.
Honey, can you pay these bills? It won't take you very long to use Texas Banker online.
Sure. Girls, I'll be right back. Texas Banker Online, a simple and secure way to bank over the internet with no service charge. Now you can pay bills quickly and conveniently from the comfort of your own home with Texas Banker Online.
That was quick.
Yeah, that Texas Banker Online is really simple. Whose turn is it anyways? Texas Banker Online, a product from Texas Bank. Plug in now.
Welcome back to Gordonwood Stadium, and speaking of Gordonwood, he already doesn't like me.
Well, he had liked you for years, Boots. I don't know. I'd be the one to break it to you. Let's look at that scoring drive right there, if we can, Boots. 3 plays, 57 yards, took a minute 22. Briles on the 51-yard run and the PAT was good. That scoring drive brought to you by Lupe's Breakfast and Burrito. With that first score, a generous donation will be made to U.S. County Meals on Wheels by Scott Osmond, attorney at law.
High pitch kick to the near side will be taken at the 28, up to the 30, hit hard up to the 35, 37-yard line. The return man was Bo Kinsey, and that is where the Lions will begin first and 10. You know, I talked to the superintendent and to Gordon Wood before the game. The only thing that divides us right now is glass. And I said, guys, if we get a little too loud and just bang on the wall, they said, oh, we can't even hear you. On that touchdown run, Gordon Wood's looking at me and shaking his finger at me the whole way.
Hey, I do want to remind you, the Stephenville Parks and Recreation Department features an athlete each week. We'll tell you about who that is right after this play.
Deacon Burns under center. The wishbone look now for the Lions, and everyone jumps off sides for the Jackets up front. I think it may have been a little bit of a hard count by Deacon Burns because it pulled almost the entire defense in front four off sides for the Jackets.
Tonight's featured student athlete is Matthew Van Hatten, center on this team. Matthew began his football career in rec league sports. Great things are in store for your child's future when you sign them up for rec league sports from Stephenville Parks and Recreation Park.
1st and 5 for the Lions as the ball is marched out to the 43-yard line. Split receiver to the near side is Scott Benson. Wishbone look again, and it is Burns under center. Running the ball, giving the ball to Ratliff. Ratliff in some trouble, breaks one tackle, but not the second. Ryan Harris hit Ratliff about 2 yards deep in the backfield. Slowed him down before the rest of the Jacket in front of Parks and Harmon, as well as Gunn sneaking up there making the stop. They will credit him with about a 1-yard gain, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 4.
Well, Boots, if he was going to script one tonight, you would say, they go 3 and out, we go 3 and score, and that's exactly what happened.
2nd down and 4 for the Lions. Wishbone look again. Tight end set, split receiver on the far side is Crawford. Burns under center. Long snap count. Running the option, giving to the first man through is Ratliff. Ratliff will get about 2 to 3 yards. It'll be just short of the yardage needed for the first down, so it'll set up 3rd down and less than 1 for the Lions.
Yeah, this is a dangerous play right here.
When it's 3rd and 1, because they continue to give the ball up the middle, you know that the fake on the dive is coming out of the wishbone, and they're going to keep it for the option run around the corner.
Well, and you can just figure out right here, we might go for it on 4th down if we don't make it, so let's go outside right here.
Wishbone set, Burns under center, the 3 backs behind him in the tight sets. 3rd down and 1 for the Lions at their own 48-yard line. Giving it the second back through, that's Ratliff. Ratliff will get around the corner inside Stephenville territory to about the 44-yard line. A pickup of about 8 on the play. It's 1st down. Shea Ratliff. One of the Jackets had a chance to get a hold of Ratliff behind the line of scrimmage. Got an arm out of him, but I don't think you're going to bring down Shea Ratliff with an arm tackle.
Yeah, they just weren't quite quick enough to get out on the corner to beat Ratliff. And Gilson finally made the tackle, slung him out of bounds at the 43-yard line, as you said, after the big pickup.
7:56 to go in the Bank of America first quarter. 7-0 Stephenville. Brownwood on their second drive of the game. Burns under center. Butler, Ratliff, and Valdez, the 2 backs behind him. Tight end set, receiver to the near side. Running the option, giving the ball straight ahead. Going for no gain will be Mark Butler, the fullback, number 44. Well, we'll give him 1 on the credit, so it's 2nd down and 9 for the Lions. The wishbone offense is such a patient offense. It almost puts you to sleep, and then bam.
Yeah, and that's what is the defense. You know, you just got to stay home and run your assignments. And boy, it just drives you crazy if you're a defensive player. You just, especially the way these guys can rush the quarterback. You're wanting them to run the ball, and they never do. I mean, throw the ball, and they never do.
Burns under center again. The wishbone set. Play action. Now Burns will throw. He's in a rush, throwing out the flats, and it's dropped. I don't think he'd have gone very far after he made the catch anyway. Would have been Shea Ratliff. But Burns, who play action, was it Scott Lee putting on the big pressure on him?
Yes, it was. And, and I think Ratliff looked up the field. He should have caught that one. It was right there in his hand. He'll be the first one to tell you I should have caught that one. But, yeah, that was great pressure by Scott Lee. You know, just as I said, they won't throw it because these guys like to rush. That might be a good reason not to do it. Another big 3rd down for this offense.
3rd down and 9 for the Lions. They break the bone. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. I formation behind Burns under center. Running to the near side is Burns, looking to throw, still looking. He's in a trap. He'll be sacked all the way back and picked up and then dropped. Oh, no, Craig Parks. Deacon Burns was being sacked. He just flipped the ball up for grabs. It landed right in Craig Parks' hands. There was no one in front of him at the goal line. Maybe Greg Ellis.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I guarantee you the coaching staff from Brownwood just screamed no when he did that. That was not a heads-up call by the junior linebacker.
Our
quarterback. And then Craig Parks, oh, man, he wishes he had another chance at that one.
Deacon Burns, I said, was sacked. I think he should have just kept the ball as he was going down. You're right. Snap back to the punter Followell. His kick is away. This is a high-moving, spiraling kick that will be fair caught by Briles at the 13-yard line. He has to go to a knee to do that, but that's when the Jackets will begin 1st and 10 after the 30-yard kick. Hits the Jackets deep at their own 13, but the defense holds again.
Yeah, 1 first down that time, so they get to run 6 plays that time, or 7, I guess, count for fun. But you gotta like that with 6:47 to go in the first quarter. Stephenville on top 7-0, and only 1 first down for that Brownwood line offense that gets a lot of press.
Trips to the near side, 1 receiver far side. On the far side is Douglas. He has a height mismatch with his quarterback as Briles is under center. 1 back behind him is Haney. Throwing out the flats is Mackins. Mackins makes the catch. He is in a lot of trouble. He'll be thrown for a loss at the 12-yard line. Kendal not with a good throw there as Mackins had to go high into the air to bring that one down, and it disrupted the whole timing of the play.
Yeah, and that's the thing about a play like that. It's got to happen quick because you've got just so many blockers and defense flying to the ball as Brownwood did that time.
So it sets up now 2nd down and 11 for the Jackets at their own 12-yard line. 6:20 and counting in the Bank of America first quarter. Stephenville 7, Brownwood nothing. Boy, way past the capacity crowd here, standing everywhere and full in the additional bleachers they brought. Jackets will send trips to the far side. 1 receiver to the near side. A wingback is the only back, and he will take the inside trap, and that is Hunter. Hunter will get across the 15 to the 16-yard line, and it'll set up a more manageable 3rd down and about 7 for the Jackets.
Well, and that was a play that had the potential of breaking as they really spread that defense out. And credit to, I believe, again, that was Gomez that just tripped Hunter up at the line of scrimmage.
Gomez, defensive end, as we talked last year, had a huge game, and so far is having a big game tonight. 6 foot, 185-pound senior outside linebacker. So Briles will now again come up under center. He will send 4 receivers to the near side and wingback. Mackins is split as well with Briles in shotgun. Snap back to him. It's a quarterback draw. He'll make 1 man miss, but not the next. He will go to the 17-yard line. It was a quarterback draw play, and Brownwood had a blitz. And when you combine those 2 things, it's not going to be good for the Jackets.
No, not a good combination because your offensive line is just trying to wave people off as they go by. That time there was just too many people coming.
So it'll be 4th down and 7 for the Jackets as Briles was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. O'Neal is back to punt. Deep for the Lions is Ratliff and Crawford. O'Neal getting set to punt. He'll let this one go from about his own 6-yard line. Kick is away. End over end kick will be taken by Crawford at his own 45. He's across midfield, going to the middle of the field to the 44-yard line of Stephenville, and that's where he'll be stopped. 37 yards on the kick and about a 10-yard return for Crawford. So the Lions will start with good field position just inside Jacket territory at the 49-yard line. 4:45 to go here in the Bank of America first quarter. Stephenville 7, Brownwood nothing. You hear the Brownwood faithful right in front of us cheering their defense, and I guess because they didn't allow Stephenville to score.
Yeah, you got to give them credit. That was a good defensive stand. You had won the field position war that you wanted, and then kept it for your offense.
Brownwood's back in the I formation with Burns under center. Burns running the option, looking to cut up. He will go forward for a yard, and that will be it. Harris with the stop as well as Gordon Carroll. And, I look at Deacon Burns right now. He's not as agile as I saw him last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably feeling his way around on that ankle. And, he didn't practice Monday or Tuesday because of that ankle and had some treatment. Did go out a little bit yesterday, but I think you're right. I think he's just trying to feel his way around, especially when he cuts like he did just then, trying to go inside. He just laid down.
2nd down and 9 for the Lions. Burns again under center with an I formation behind him. Given to the first back through. That is the fullback. He will go for 2 yards, maybe 3. Mark Butler to the 41-yard line. So it will set up 3rd down at about 7 for the Lions.
Good read there by Gilson, that middle linebacker position. That's his guy coming through there. He and Parks both just stayed at home. And so far, this defense, again, it's just snap after snap, as you said, but it's being very, very patient. So far, this defense really keeping their assignments the way they should.
3rd down and 7 for the Lions at the Stephenville 41-yard line. Lions remain in the high formation. Butler at the fullback, Ratliff at the tailback. Running the option. Now it's play action. Burns looking to throw. He's in some trouble. He's trying to throw out the flats. That's a wide open receiver at the 25, 20 inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Yeah, you can see that developing. If Burns could find the time, he was wide open. That was a breakdown. That was Dempsey, wasn't it? Yeah, Dempsey was dragging across the middle, and it was wide open there. It was just a matter of would he have time. That time, he did have time. Did I say time too many times?
And I think there was a breakdown that time in the defensive backfield. Lions get set for the extra point because the receiver was a good 20 yards from any defensive back around him. Extra point is on the way. It is up, and it is good. 3:25 to go in the Bank of America first quarter. Stephenville 7, Brownwood 7. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Hi folks, this is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, and this is my dad's wife. Bruner Motors has been a mainstay in Stephenville, South Loop for over 30 years now because of great pricing, service, and financing. At Bruner's, we carry a huge selection of Chevy, Buick, Pontiac, Oldsmobiles, and Cadillacs. We've got financing to fit almost any budget, and when you need servicing, our specially trained technicians can answer. That's Bruner Motors, a tradition on the South Loop in Stephenville since 1969.
Accidents happen, and no matter when or where they do, the world's largest claim service network gets in the case immediately. Prompt personal service is no accident. So we can get you back on the road faster than you can say,
Welcome back, Brownwood Stadium. Lions getting set to kick off. Johnny, the last scoring drive.
It only took them 3 plays, 44 yards, minute 20. Burns to Dempsey on the 41-yard pass that brought to you by Barnes and McCullough.
Jeremy Finley with the kick will go to Hunter in the back of the end zone. He will give the ball to, check that. Hunter does keep it across the 20, across the 30, up to the 32-yard line. He faked the give to Phelps, kept it by himself in the starburst return. It's a good return for Hunter from the goal line to the 32. Jackets first and 10 from that point.
You know, I just saw probably one of the funniest things that I've seen happen in a long time. After the extra point, the kicker turned around and said something to one of our Stephenville Yellow Jackets, kind of a taunting thing. The official turned him around real quick. You know, he caught it as if to say, "You're the kicker. Don't do that. You're only out here for a few seconds, buddy. Don't start."
If you want to play middle linebacker, then we'll let you do that.
That's right.
Briles under center for the Jackets is handoff to Hunter. Hunter finds to the outside, will not escape the speedy defensive Brownwood front. Prince Copeland making the stop, and Zach Hunter found a clearing and then tried to bounce it outside, and he's going to find out, as he did against Everman last week, if you try to go sideline to sideline with these two defenses, you're probably going to get caught.
Well, especially with Copeland and Evans, those two linebackers, that was a great play. As you said, you saw his strength and quickness. As soon as Zach dipped outside, that was the end of that.
Split receivers to both sides, 2 backs behind Briles, a wingback look. Wingback is Bashaw on the near side. Briles now sends his fullback, Penny in motion to the right side. Now Hunter goes in motion that same way. Briles drops the football. It's up for grabs, and I believe Brownwood may have gotten on the football.
Looked like Kendal pulled out a little quick.
It is Brownwood's football. You're right. Kendal started backing out way before he had the football. As a matter of fact, he was 4 yards deep in the backfield before he really realized, hey, I've got to stop and go back and get it. At that point, there was a huge pile of manatee.
Yeah, he was so far back he couldn't get in to get the football.
Manatee?
Yeah, Marty Manatee.
Thank you. So a big turnover for the Lions. Stephenville gives the Lions the ball at the 31-yard line of Stephenville. 2:25 to go here in the Bank of America first quarter. 7-7 our score.
You know, Stephenville has never trailed in a football game this year.
How about that?
Yeah.
Trips to the far side, one to the near side. One back behind Burns, who is in shotgun. That one back is Rattling. Snap back now running the option out of shotgun. Burns coming to the near side. Will cut up, finds a good seam. 20, to the outside, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Jackets lost complete containment on the near side. And you saw the explosiveness of that play. It's the first time, Johnny, we've seen the option run out of shotgun formation, and it caught the Jackets defense off guard.
Yeah, well, they just got to break down assignments. I don't think they're necessarily caught off guard, although it was something different. But great block outfield by Corey Crockett. That's really what sprung the touchdown run.
Getting set for the extra point is Jeremy Finley. Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. So with 2:17 to go in the Bank of America first quarter, our score, Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7, back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Tanglewood Medical Supplies are opening their doors to dole out those great products and services that everyone has come to know. Looks like some of the most recent customers that come from surrounding areas. Could this have something to do with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets? No matter where you're from or what you're doing in Stephenville, Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies will open their doors to care for you personally.
You troubled by strange noises under your car? Do you experience feelings of dread in your drive shaft? Have you or any of your family suspected spook, specter, or ghost in your machine? If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Call a professional. We're ready to believe you. Our courteous and efficient staff will take care of you whether you need new tires, struts, brakes, front end alignment, or just a spark in your spook. Trans Texas Tire. We're ready to believe you.
.2:17 to go in the Bank of America first quarter. Brownwood with 14 unanswered points takes the lead 14-7. Stephenville getting set for the return. And Art Briles predicted this morning that Brownwood would only kick off once.
This is their second time, so. One play, 31 yards, took 8 seconds. Burns on that 31-yard run. That scoring drive brought to you by River North Small Animal Hospital.
The Brownwood faithful are really pretty rabid right now.
Stephenville just needs a good drive right here.
Finley with the kick will be taken by Hunter in the back of the end zone. He drops the ball to 2, comes up to the 3, to the 5, 10, 15, across the 20, outside the 25, out to the 28-yard line. So Jackets will start first and 10 at their own 28. And boy, you're right. You said it, Johnny. Brownwood took advantage during the break. You said this. Brownwood took advantage of the turnover, and certainly they did. One play after the Stephenville fumble, they take the lead.
Well, that's exactly what you want to do if you're a team that gets a turnover, is make the other team pay for it. What they did very quickly is, you said, it was just a breakdown in assignment, and I wouldn't expect that to happen.
First and 10 for the Jackets at their own 28-yard line. Briles is under center. One back behind him is Matkins. He now comes in motion to the near side. Briles on the inside trap to Hunter. He will go on the line of scrimmage. That will be it. Art Briles being very, very conservative with his play calling here early on in the ballgame, John.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of feeling around here trying to get something set up, obviously. By the way, do you think Burns is okay?
I would say so, the way he made that cutback at about the 20-yard line.
I think that ain't all right.
Remember, that was something that hurt Stephenville last year in the Stephenville-Brownwood game. Brownwood did not have a single turnover last year against Stephenville.
Played a flawless game.
Second down and 10 for the Jackets. Two backs behind Briles. Now Hunter with the tailback moves to a wing, and Matkins goes in motion that way. Briles rolling that side, in some trouble. Will set up and will now try to run, and he'll go out of bounds. He will lose about 6 yards on the play, 7 maybe, so it'll set up now third down and about 17 for the Jackets.
Now they're all the way back to the 23-yard line. This looks like a team that's playing with their back against the wall.
Well, you know, the Jackets are trying to run some stuff to the outside, some quick hitters out there taking Briles, but the Lions are lined up in a 5-man front, and the defensive ends or the linebackers are already spaced out there, so the second we get outside the tackles, there's no support.
Well, you'll have to bring a wing back in the block there.
Briles is under center, third long, going out to the flat, has Bashaw. Bashaw trying to get a block. He will get none. As a matter of fact, will lose yardage back to the 21-yard line. And this is a fired-up Brownwood team, and if the Jackets are not able to find something to get a little momentum, this one has all the makings of going the opposite way.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of football left to play here.
I understand.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, you got to take the momentum swung back your direction pretty soon. And now, Bashaw just didn't set up his block very well that time. The block was there by Doty. He just he dipped inside instead of going outside the way Doty had turned. He ran in.
48 seconds of counting here at the Bank of America. First quarter, 14-7 Brownwood. Snap back to O'Neal. Kick is away. Wobbly kick that will be taken by Ratliff at their own 45-yard line. Coming to the near side, he's tackled at the 48. Good defensive play is made by the Jackets. Ken Howe. 30-yard kick into that win. No return.
That's the most important part.
Kick the Brownwood Lions will start with excellent field position again.
Excuse me, but it's kick the ball in the middle of the field and get no return. You got to like that against this team.
So it's first and 10 for the Lions at their own 40. Actually, the spot is out to the 49-yard line. Boy, Brownwood has had wonderful field position here in the first half. Their 3 of their last 4 possessions have been at least close to midfield. Burns is in shotgun right now with Ratliff standing next to him. Trips to the far side, one to the near side. Inside handoff to Ratliff. Ratliff finds a good seam, breaks a tackle across the 45 inside the 40, down to the 45-yard line. And John, this is a situation right now where the Jackets are just getting beat.
Well, Ratliff just ran through people that time as he was playing strong, and he is a strong back. He's a small, compact guy, and he just ran over two guys that time.
5'8", 180-pound Shea Ratliff ran over 6 foot, 200-pound Ryan Harris on that play.
He is a strong young man.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 35-yard line. Lions back in the wishbone set with Butler, Ratliff, and Valdez behind Burns under center. Long snap count, giving the ball straight ahead to Butler. Butler will go about 3 yards. He will get to the 32-yard line. It'll set up 2nd down and 7.
This will be a good spot for the defense to stop Brownwood as quarter ends.
Bank of America first quarter comes to an end. 14-7, Brownwood on top of Stephenville. We're back in 1 minute with KSTV.
Your friends at Brooks Real Estate want to kick off a winning season by teaming up with the real estate professionals at Brooks Real Estate, the strategy that sells. Call Brooks at 965-5051.
Welcome back. Plummer's second quarter is now underway. 2nd down and 7 for the Lions. Burns is under center, one back behind him. Give the ball straight ahead, Ratliff. Ratliff is stood up after about a 4-yard gain by Harris this time to the 29-yard line, a gain of 3, maybe 4, depending on the spot. So it'll now bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Lions.
First quarter numbers look like this. Stephenville 53 rushing, 2 passing for a total of 55. Brownwood 35 rushing, 41 passing, total of 76. And 2 yards passing, 41 for Brownwood. I think that might be the other way around. Huh?
Well, and that's the sign of why the Jackets are behind right now. Only 2 yards passing in the ball game. Trips to the far side, one receiver near side. Burns again, he is in shotgun, running the option on the straight ahead. Burns has lost the runner at 20, makes a cut to the outside. 15, stiff arms, 10 to the 5, and will go out of bounds right there. And a late hit. Will we see a flag? No flag will come down. Boy, Cal Jelson is hot at the near side of Visual 1. The late block will not get that.
Yeah, that should have been a clip. Right about the 3-yard line, and it might have been Jelson that got hit.
So it'll be 1st and goal to go for the Lions at the 5-yard line.
Cannot let the quarterback get past the line of scrimmage, the containment. And they have not stopped him here in the last half a quarter anyway.
11:08 to go and counting here in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Brownwood 1st and goal to go at the Stephenville 5-yard line. Burns is under center. Long snap count for him. Wishbone set, giving to Ratliff. Ratliff looking to cut up. Will get to the 3-yard line. He stood up and driven back. It'll be 2nd and goal to go from the 3.
Well, that's just mano a mano right there. As Shea just saw he wasn't going to get anything, stuck his head down, went into the line, and Jelson won that battle.
We talked about how difficult the wishbone can be to defend against. On the last 2 long runs for Burns, it has not been a situation of missed tackles. It's been missed assignments because there's been no one near him when he's tried to make his moves.
Well, and it's been out of the
shotgun
both times. That'll be an adjustment they'll want to look at, I'm sure.
14-7, Brownwood on top and knocking at the door of Stephenville. 2nd and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Burns again under center of the wishbone set. Burns will keep the ball by himself and he'll be driven back all the way to the 5-yard line. It was a bootleg, if you will, out of the wishbone. And Burns didn't have a lot to go after he faked the dive and then countered out. Someone had a hold of one of his feet.
I think he wanted to do a little counter, come around this end, and Gilson grabbed hold and said, no, I don't think so. This is a huge play right now for the defense. I think they're going to call on timeout to talk about it.
Brownwood has taken the timeout. 3rd down and 5 at the goal line. I should say 3rd and 5 from the goal with 9:51 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We're back right after this.
Change the leads. That would be one thing.
It's football season! Look! I'm Roger Easton, your local minister, and also home heating minister. I have to say, the big screen, the recliner. He also has a reliable high-speed seat in the kitchen. Yep, this is the best seat in the house, baby. Thanks to Easter eggs also.
One less thing to wear. Offering Stephenville's largest selection of colors and styles, Danny's House of Carpet covers all of your flooring needs. Besides a wide selection, a friendly, knowledgeable staff can help you with anything from carpet and ceramic tile flooring to custom drapes, fixed spreads, and professional installation. Serving the Stephenville area for 26 years and counting, come by Danny's House of Carpets at 1670 South Road for all of your decorating needs.
Never trailed this year. Well, they trail right now by 7. Brownwood knocking on the door. 3rd and goal to go from the 5, but an inspirational tackle by Cal Gilson gives them a chance now to keep them out of the end zone and force a decision for the Lions on whether to kick a field goal or try to punch it in.
Yeah, and they obviously have a field goal kicker who can kick this if need be, but boy, that would be a moral victory right now for the Stephenville defense if they could hold them to just 3 points here. There's no guarantee they'll make the field goal.
Twins to the far side. Lions will break the bone. They'll go the I formation. Butler is the fullback. Ratliff is the tailback. Burns is under center. Play action. Setting up. Looking to throw. In some trouble is Burns. He's still looking to throw. Throwing out the flats. Does he have a receiver? Incomplete. He one-hopped into an open receiver. And we'll wait and see who the receiver was. I believe it was Corey Crawford. It was one-hopped by Burns because of the quick off and Shea, I should say, and Steve Ross, are you right over there in front of that one?
Yeah, he was right there. It looked like a short hop.
I was right on. I was about 2 feet behind the official that made the call, and I'd have hated had to make that call. The ball was very close to the ground, and he juggled it just a little. That's why they ruled that he trapped it. All right, going for the field goal will be Jeremy Finley. It is a 21-yard attempt. Snap is on the way. He may have pushed that one. He missed it. No good. So with 9:39 to go in the second quarter, Stephenville escapes the bullet right there.
Well, and as I said, there's no guarantee you'll make it.
Boy, we have seen that this year, too. And right when he hit that one, Johnny, he looked like when you're hitting your drum and you flare out the hips too quick, they clear too soon, the club head cannot get square, and it blocks it out to the right. That's what you saw with his foot.
Thank you, Harvey. Let's go back down to Steve Ross. He had a better look at that than I did. I think a lot of that pushing had to do with the fact that somebody came right up the gut. Who was that, Steve?
I didn't get to look at the number, Don, but you called it correctly. There was great pressure up the middle. It hurried the kicker a little bit. Rhythm's such an important thing on field goal. All right, so just farther than an extra point, the Lions missed the field goal. Jackets on offense, giving the ball straight ahead for no gain. Haney took the carry, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. We have only attempted 3 passes in the ball game as Kendal Briles, and we are 9:25 and counting in the Cook Lumber second quarter.
Yeah, that's important, but a lot of that I think has to do with field position.
I would agree, having to be very conservative on our Briles into the field. So it's 2 receivers far side. Go ahead.
Well, especially after you've made one mistake, you don't want to make another one, that's for sure.
Kendal is the shotgun with Zach standing next to him. One split receiver to the near side. Briles on the inside trap, gives the ball 100, finds a little seam across the 25 to the 26-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play, and the Jackets still seem very content on running the football.
Did you see that just as Kendal is rolling out to his left? Hunter cuts back in front of him. He just kind of stunts it like the old Statue of Liberty almost. I mean, the Fumblerooski leaders
around
right in front of him. That's a very sneaky play. You're going on the momentum of the defense following the quarterback. Good game there. This is a big 3rd down.
3rd down and 5 for the Jackets at the Brownwood Lions 25-yard line. Briles is under center. He will set up Mackins as a wing on the right side. Now Hunter will go in motion to the near side. Briles rolling out, having to throw quickly. He finds Douglas. Douglas has enough for the first down as he gets to the 32-yard line. And once again, we saw quickly Adrian Gomez in on a blitz on on Kendal. He read it and hit his hot receiver very quickly. The tight end lined up that time. Was Douglas enough for 6 yards in the first?
Well, it's a good thing that Douglas was open when he was because, as you said, with Gomez coming down hard, Kendal didn't have a whole lot of time, and he hasn't had a lot of time all night, especially with that outside rush by Gomez.
Kendal has, even though he's only thrown 4 passes, he has completed 3 of them. It is first and 10 for the Jackets. Pitch to the far side is Hunter. Hunter trying to set up his blocks. Gets a little bit of save. It's to go. 45-50. Across, and he will be tackled by one man grabbing his jersey at the 46-yard line of Brownwood. And if that man does not hold on, David Smith, he's probably dancing right now, a little jig.
David is a defensive tackle that was upfield or behind his line of scrimmages. That's the only reason he caught Zach. You're right, Zach needed one more step. Boy, there's the field position they've been needing up, which now they can open up the offense a little bit.
And you slightly feel the momentum coming back the other direction that we talked about. Trips to the near side, one receiver far side. Kendal will audibilize with his hand signals at the line of scrimmage. Hunter standing next to him. Running the option is Kendal. He'll cut it, finds a good save across the 40 down to about the 36 or 37-yard line. A fumble at the end of the play. And Brownwood has gotten the football.
Well, he was carrying the ball out away from his body that time. Boots, I thought he was already down. Of course, we're a long ways away. It's completely across the field from us.
Kendal had about 8 yards on the play, and when he came to the ground, he lost it. He fumbled it forward about 2 yards, and one of the Lions got on it. So all that momentum we talked about, gone.
Yeah, they got some field position back at least, but Kendal's got to put that ball and tuck it away, that's for sure.
First and 10 for the Lions at their own 37-yard line. You're right, already 2 turnovers in the game for Stephenville at 7:42 of the Cook Lumber second quarter. Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7. In the bone, handoff over the near side. Going for no yardage is Parker Valdez. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10, and maybe even a little bit of a loss on the play. It is a loss of 1. It'll set him second down and 11.
Yeah. Did you see left tackle Blake Williams just get slung like a rag doll by Gordon Carroll? See the strength of Carroll on that play as he was just like, the coaches always scream at you, get off the block. Well, Gordon says, I can't get off of it, but I'll just throw it.
Second down and 11. Deacon Burns is under center I formation this time. Tight end look for the split receiver on the far side and the receiver on this near side. Hand off to Radley. Radley tries to bounce outside, and Gordon Carroll wraps him down about a yard deep in the backfield. Set up third down and 12. I want to go to Steve Ross right now. And Stevie, on the last fumble, did you have an angle to see the play?
I did. I was behind it a little bit, Boots, but it looked to me like that he hit the ground, and that's when the ball spurted out. Now, Coach Art Rouse was right in front of him. He did not argue a lot, so he may have a better look at it than I did, because we know the coach will argue a little bit if he thinks he's right.
All righty, so especially if it's his boy.
Oh, yeah.
Third down and about 12, maybe 13 for the Lions back, almost at their own 34-yard line. 6:23 and counting in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Burns is in shotgun. He's been dangerous from here, especially with Radley standing next to him, and he is. Snap back, play the option to the near side. Burns not got the trouble. He thought down the 25-yard line. The coaching staff made an adjustment, and it worked perfection.
Scott Lee was the first man there, and boy, we talked with Coach Copeland yesterday, and he said, watch for Lee and Carroll to have big games. Well, how about back-to-back plays? And, the defense has got to go over to the sideline right now and say, fellas, you gave it up, but we got it right back for you. Not only did we get it back, we ran them back 12 yards.
So at the 25-yard line is where Burns is thrown down by Big Scott Lee. So in the punt again for the Lions is Matt Folwell. Snap back to him. Kick is away. End over end will be taken by Briles at the 45. Makes one man miss, another across the 50 to the 48-yard line. That's a late flag. Late hit, but no flag. How is that?
Kidding me.
Oh, he was already down. He took a late spear, and I know
that guy flew 3 yards, ran 3 yards before he hit Kendal. That is a dangerous play. Oh, Kendal's all right.
Well, and the closest official to the play that had a great angle for it is standing right in front of the Brownwood coaching staff.
Oh.
I hope that doesn't have any reason why he didn't throw the flag.
He just didn't think it was a penalty. My gosh, he ran a good 3 yards.
So it's first and 10 for the Jackets at the Brownwood 48-yard line. They've almost got the ball right back where they had it earlier.
That's why that's a penalty, so you don't get anybody hurt.
Briles center pitch to the far side. Hunter in some trouble. Will try to get to the outside. He'll be thrown down for about a 3-yard loss. And the Jackets are going to have all kinds of trouble tonight if they continue to try to get to the corners.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Coming up slow is Chris Schnell, the number 41, the outside or defensive end on the far side, but he is limping. He was after Briles. He is noticeably limping on the far side.
So it's second down and 13 with the Jackets back in their own end of the field. Trips to the near side. Still in the ball game. Kendal Brown's only thrown the ball 4 times, and we've got less than 5 minutes to go in the first half. Fullbacks in the backfield is Briles center. On the quick hitter to Hunter, it's almost picked off. Almost making the pick was Chad Evans. He stood right in front of the quick hitter that Briles knew. He never saw him as he tried to throw the ball to Hunter. If Evans is able to hold onto the ball, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, if he goes over, he puts just a little more loft on that. Of course, that is a hot pass, I realize, but that ball's got a little more elevation to it. That's 6 for Hunter.
Or if he wants to throw the ball that way, how about a quick pump fake so he can react and then throw it behind him?
Yeah, good point.
Third down and 13 for the Jackets. Trips to the near side, 1 to the far side. Now Hunter goes in motion that way. Briles is again under center. Straight drop for him, looking to throw the deep ball. He has Hunter. It's shot off his fingertips to the 25-yard line. He was open. It looked like Hunter stopped momentarily.
Well, he looked back. You know what that does to your momentum boost. When you look back, it causes you at least a half a step, maybe a step. And half a step was all he needed to get to the ball.
Ball was on his fingertips. If you're right, he has another half step. He does score.
Man, this is a fast ball game right now, isn't it?
So fourth down, the Jackets will be forced to punt. Or will they?
Yeah, I think they will.
Well, they are in punt formation. Snap back to O'Neal. Kick is away. He shanked that one off his foot. It only gets to the 30, but it rolls forward inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Miss hit ball badly. 30 yards on the kick.
Looked like he might have wanted to run for just a second, didn't he?
Well, he momentarily paused, and then he saw the rush was on him, and then he saw once the rush was, he tried to almost short quick kick it.
Well, and that might have been one of those deals. If they all turn and run the football, because you only need about 3 yards.
So it's first and 10 for the Lions at their own 21-yard line.
Well, this has to make this a great football game, doesn't it?
All the scoring has taken place in the first quarter as it's 14-7. Brownwood with 4.5 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Motion on the near side with no flag. How was that? But it's all right for the Jackets as they stuff Ratliff about a yard deep in the backfield. So it'll be second down and 11, maybe 12.
Joseph and Harris again. The last 4 plays now have been for negative yardage.
Did you see the receiver on the near side?
I was looking at this side at the lineup on this side. I missed that.
He looked and he was about a yard and a half downfield, so he backed up to get on the line of scrimmage right in front of the side judge. And as he was backing up, the ball was snapped.
Well, I guess as long as you're going backwards.
Well, good point. He was the only man in motion, wasn't he? Second down and 12 for the Lions back at just inside their own 20-yard line.
They may have to throw the football here.
Lions will have to take a timeout. They were very late breaking the huddle, and they almost had the 25-second clock expire. We'll take a break with a 14-7 Brownwood. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Hi folks, this is Greg Bruner for Bruner Motors, and we're gearing up for another year of Stephenville sports. There's no better way to get to this year's game than in a new car or truck from Bruner Motors. Now's a good time to check out our prices on new Chevy half-ton pickups or Pontiac Sunfires, and we've got financing to fit almost any budget. So drop by this week at Bruner's on the South Loop. And don't forget to support the Stephenville Yellow Jackets as they go for their 4th state championship.
At Jake and Dorothy's Cafe, we're serving our 3rd generation. The year was 1948. The same year LP records were introduced. Harry S. Truman was elected president, and Humphrey Bogart was packing them in with treasure of the Sierra Madre. Jake and Dorothy Roach began offering high-quality food, prop-friendly service, and fair prices. This almost overnight success continues today under the direction of their daughter, Carrie Roach, who's proud to continue Jake and Dorothy's commitment to providing the best food, service, and price in the area. At Jake and Dorothy's, a little bit of history comes with every meal.
Welcome back. 3:47 to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. Second down and 12 for the Lions just inside their own 20-yard line. Once again, Burns is in shotgun with Ratliff standing next to him. 3 receivers to the far side. Ratliff throwing behind him, but he gets the ball, trying to get to the corner. He's in all kinds of trouble. He will escape free and get about 8 yards. Now, how does that happen? But 3 white jerseys had a hold of him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they didn't ramp up and finish off the tackle. They should have had him at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or 2 gain, and credit the good balance of Shea Ratliff. They just drove forward.
Well, you talk about his balance. He was almost stumbling forward as he was making the last yardage, and it was almost like there were so many white jerseys around. They said, "Oh, you tackling? No, you got him." It is now 3rd down and 3 for the Lions out at their own 28-yard line. Burns again in shotgun, low snap and handle, throwing out the flat. Has Corey Crawford a defensive breakdown, and he will get forward for about 43 yards. It's 3rd down and 3, and you play 10 yards off the wide receiver on the cornerback. That has to be a defensive backfield breakdown.
Well, either that or you're just respecting the speed of Crawford to run by you, and they saw that. It was a good read by Burns. He had time, threw it right to Crawford. Exactly the play they wanted. Big first down. The biggest play was on second down.
Certainly. So it's now 1st and 10 for the Lions out at their own 43-yard line. Running the option to the near side. Now pitching out is Ratliff. Ratliff will go to the line of scrimmage, and that will be it. Coming up quickly to make the tackle was Justin Monk.
Well, that was a great open field tackle by Justin Monk. As Ratliff has been running over people here in the last quarter or so, Boots, and Monk just said, "All right, here it comes. Bring us what you got." And he just went up and then went down low and just slung Ratliff to the ground.
10 carries, 32 yards for Ratliff in the game, maybe 33 with a gain of 1 on that play. Trips to the far side, 1 to the near side. Once again, Burns is shotgun with Ratliff standing next to him. 2nd down and 9. Throwing out to the flat. Has Crawford. The ball's knocked away and almost intercepted by Chilton, and he then tried to kick the football. He's so upset with himself. The defensive end on the near side, if he holds on, he scores.
That's twice now. Jilson had a chance at one. Parks had a chance at one. And, oh, man. And there again, you see the size of Jilson versus the size of Burns. He just couldn't get the ball over his head.
But, Johnny, Corey Crawford was split to the near side again. And once again, the cornerbacks were 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. And Burns was just trying to hit him quickly with the ball again. So now 3rd down and 9. And we'll see if the corners pinch any.
No, they're still 10 off.
They're staying 10 yards up. We'll see if that has anything to do. Now Burns is rolling to the far side, throwing out the flats over the head of the intended receiver, and then a late hit. But no flag, and we have one of those coming to us, so it'll be 4th down. Boy, and you got to question the throw of Burns. He's got 3rd down and 9, and he's doing to a man 4 yards downfield going out of bounds.
Well, and I think you see right there, Boots, what Coach Copeland and the defensive coaches would like to see happen. They'd like to be in a situation where Brownwood has to throw the football. You can see they're just not completely comfortable in doing that.
So back to punt again is Followell. Briles and Felton stand at their own 25-yard line. Standing in his own 32, getting the punt away 35. High, wobbly kick that will be fair caught by Briles, but instead they just get away from it and let it bounce. It'll hit at the 36-yard line. Excuse me, the 26-yard line die right there. 29 yards on the kick, and Stephenville will begin 1st and 10. They're on 26-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the Cook Lumber second quarter. 14-7. Brownwood, we've reached the 2-minute warning of the first half.
Well, do you open it up here and try to get in the end zone before halftime? Remember, you are going to get the football.
Good point.
Start the second half.
We saw this earlier in the year against Richland. Stephenville stayed very conservative right at the end of the half, knowing that they were going to get the kickoff to start the second half. Jackets come with a tight split situation. We'll see if they stay in it. They do. I formation behind Kendal. Inside threat handoff to Hunter. Hunter trying to come up, makes a good inside quick across the 35 up to the 38-39-yard line. It's enough for a first down, and now with that yardage, maybe it is enough for the first to open it up somewhat.
That time, you notice that faked like he was going to go outside, as he's been doing all night. Hadn't had a lot of success. Dipped back inside and got the first down in about probably picked up another 5 yards when he stuck inside like that.
And that stopped the clock momentarily as they have to set the change. Now it runs 150 and counting at the 39-yard line. Kendal is under center, 2 backs behind him. Split receiver to both sides. Running the option now, kicking out to Hunter. Hunter in all kinds of trouble. He will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that will be it. Single just doesn't look very efficient at running the option.
Well, I think they're just trying to break something here. They're going to let the clock run a little bit. If they'd have picked up some yards, they might have called the time out there.
And I believe are all 3 timeouts remaining for Stephenville? They are. 1:18 and counting.
And you don't want to make a mistake, especially since you're going to get the ball.
2nd down and 10 for the Jackets. 38-39. If they don't get a big one on this one or the next one, you would probably expect they just close it down. Faking the trap. Now looking for Bashaw. He is open, but it's underthrown. He was wide open at the 35-yard line, but the ball was badly underthrown by Kendal, and Bashaw had to stop and try to make a move to come back to the ball, and when he did, he ran over Crawford. The ball goes over everyone's head. It undercut him.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think fans, Coach Freeman screaming for a flag on that. I don't know how that's a flag.
Well,
they both got the ball.
But Bashaw was open. He had 3 steps on the receiver, and if Kendal was able to lay that one in, it's a touchdown.
Again, he needs to get a little more height in those passes, and he'll have it.
Briles is in shotgun, rolling to the near side, setting up and looking, still looking. Now has him, throws it way over the head of O'Neal, who was well covered.
He just threw it out of the way.
Well, what's tough about that, John, is that leaves 56 seconds left on the clock, and the Jackets will have to punt.
Well, at least they tried to get something there before halftime. They tried to get the ball downfield, throw the ball, past that 20-yard mark, and just unable. That was a good play that time by Kendal. He just threw the ball away, and there was nothing available.
Twins to the near side, twins to the far side, in the punt formation for the Jackets, 56 seconds remaining. Boy, that drive could be costly if the Lions are able to get any points on the board. O'Neal stands at his own 25 as he awaits the snap. Snap back to him. Now the kick's away. He shanked this one badly. This one's going straight up and will hit. But get a nice roll for Stephenville. That's very fortunate as it will roll inside the 35-yard line. This ball hits somewhere near midfield. And so the Lions, with 43 seconds left, and I believe only one timeout remaining, will have to travel.
27 yards it ends up being on the punt.
And it only went about 7 in the air.
That tells you how hard that turf is out there dry.
34-yard line of Brownwood is where they'll begin with one timeout remaining. Leading Stephenville 14-7 here in the Cook Lumber second quarter.
Remember, Stephenville scored on their opening drive. Only took 3 plays at the 9:29 mark in the first quarter. Haven't done anything since.
Matter of fact, Stephenville's not gotten inside the 40 since that drive. Snap back to Burns, running straight ahead, looking for a seam. He gets a little bit of one. Great jump move. The ball is loose. It's up for grabs back to the 38-yard line, but I believe one of the Brownwood linemen may have gotten on the football.
Ooh, that would have been costly.
Somebody reached by Burns when he was running and slapped the ball away from him.
Now that ought to do it for the half.
Well, I'm sure they won't take any more chances. It's now 2nd down and 8 after the fumble and 21 seconds and counting. 16 seconds, 15. I don't even know if Brownwood will even try. 12, 11. See, and that will do it. The end of one half of play. The Cook Lumber second quarter comes to an end. Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7. Halftime shows up next. We're back in 3 minutes.
Well, the series that will be played in this century, and of course, you want to go into the record books is winning the last one. And 62nd time they played in the 1900s. That's pretty impressive of a series for Texas high school football.
We heard Brownwood radio this morning making the mention that Stephenville is trying to be the team of the decade, but Brownwood has been named team of the century. Did you talk to him and ask him where he got that?
I forgot all about asking him about that during pregame. That may be a self-fulfilled thing, but.
Self-proclaimed as well.
I mean, yeah. Because there are some other teams that have had as much success. I'd say the last, between the 60s and the 80s, you can probably say that.
But you would also have to throw in a Plano and Mojo as well on top of those.
Yeah, that whole District 5-5A was pretty strong, as you recall.
Stephenville will begin with the football, and they will go from left to right on your radio dial in white jerseys, Navy headgears. Brady Gunn makes the call to his special teams, pumping them up. Can fans across the way are terribly excited as they are standing shaking their cans, and standing room only here at Gordonwood Stadium. I think it's 10,000 capacity. We're expecting 12, and I think they got it, Johnny.
Yeah, they may even have a little more than that. Stephenville looks really fired up coming out here in the second half as well. I guess you should be. And, of course, the Lions did too when they ran through. The first 4 or 5 minutes of this quarter are going to be a very important part of this football game right now, especially as fast and few of possessions. If it holds form here in the second half, like it did in the first half, every possession is going to be very important.
Is the Brownwood kickoff team holding hands?
Yeah, that's It's like, it looks kind of like an Australian war chant.
It's almost like Red Rover, but Stephenville come over.
Well, in this case, I guess it would be a Maroon over.
Jeremy Finley getting set to kick for the Lions back deep for the Jackets. It's Hunter, it's Gunn, it's Matkins, and it's Phelps. Up man will be the dealer. About to get underway, the Texas Bank third quarter is underway for Brownwood. End over end kick will be taken by Matkins. He fumbles it momentarily and taken by Phelps. The 10 up to the 15, gets across the 20, makes one man miss, and another across the 25, gets to the outside to the 26-yard line.
Couldn't get people out of his way, could he?
Phelps was trying to direct traffic, get people out of his way, he gets bouncing around like a ping pong ball. He finally gets forward out to the 26-27, so that's where Stephenville begin first and 10.
Well, pretty good field position to start your second half drive. You got, I guess, whatever wind there is, it appears to be at your back, doesn't it? Maybe over your right shoulder.
I would think it is swirling a little bit as the flags we look across the way from the Booster Club are going the same direction as the Jackets for right now. Briles brings him up to the line, I formation behind him, two receivers to the far side. Handoff straight over the left side is Hunter. Hunter finds seam out to the 31-yard line. A pickup of about 5 on the play. It'll set up second down and 5 for Stephenville, and maybe we'll see a little bit of that.
Well, that's exactly what we were talking about at halftime. How about just some straight ahead bull rush? See our guys, our 5 guys up front can stop your 5 guys. That's what the defense is trying to do, is they run that 5-man front. Boots, that's why you spend all that time in the weight room all spring, all winter, and all summer.
Twins to the near side, I formation again behind Briles, under center. Douglas is tight end on the left, hands now. Hunter goes in motion that way. Handoff straight ahead, no Briles on a keeper, and he'll be held for a loss. Back at the 30-yard line, and once again, Stephenville trying to extend around the corner, and you're just not going to do this against the Brownwood Lions defense.
It's not there tonight. It is not there. They're just too quick to the corners.
So a little bit of a loss sets up now third down and a long 6 for the Jackets.
And you put yourself in a hard to make first down situation. You got to get out to the 37-yard line.
Briles is in shotgun with 2 backs standing flanked by him, split back, faking the trap. Now Briles is in some trouble, and now he'll try to escape. He's got a little bit of room. He gets to the sideline, and he will get the first down and more. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Shifty running for Kendal Briles, who made the first down, I would say, a la by himself.
And that was just great individual effort. There again was that outside rush by Gomez, and that time he had a block out there to help him, Boots. He scooted inside. You could just see Kendal, you could see that yard marker, and he knew where he had to get to.
Adrian Gomez is selling out on every single play, and outside linebacker coming as hard as he can on the blitz. Is there a flag on the end of the play? The ball has been moved out to the 47-yard line. Jay, did you see that?
Well, the official hadn't done anything yet. Here we go, face mask.
It is the 5-yard variety against Brownwood. So the ball is out to the 47-yard line. Good field position now for Stephenville at the 10:33 mark in the Texas Bank third quarter. Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7. Kendal once again is shotgun with 2 backs standing next to him. Split receivers to both sides. Snap back, faking the ball. Now Kendal will pitch it out to Hunter. Hunter is in some trouble. Will try to get to the sideline, and he'll be thrown for a loss. Stephenville's return is determined to try to get to the corner, and they cannot do it as Adrian Gomez runs Hunter out of bounds after a 2-yard loss.
Gomez again just getting upfield, and he had Kendal all the way, and Kendal had to throw the ball so deep that Hunter got about 5 yards. Unfortunately, he was about 7 yards deep when he took the pitch. You're right. And a lot of that was because of Gomez running Briles backwards.
Boy, as much as Stephenville is really extending this defense to the sideline to sideline, you've got to think that any type of cutback, if they can find it, will go for a lot of yardage. Briles, play action fake, inside now throwing the deep ball. There's Bashaw trying to go for the catch. He cannot come down with it. Once again, you'd like to see Briles, I think, put a little bit more air into that. Let Bashaw run underneath it. There was some traffic around the 20 when he tried to make the catch. Bashaw got a hand on it, but couldn't quite pull it in, and now it's third down and 12, and another tough third down for the Jackets.
Well, their feet just got tangled up. Bashaw fell down as they were just running stride for stride, and that was just great defense that time. That was a good pass. There was just nothing there. Great coverage.
Third down and 12 for the Jackets. They're on 45-yard line. Matkins and Douglas split to the far side. One back is Walker behind Briles under center. Double tight end look. Play action now rolling to the outside. Briles looking to throw. Has the receiver, and it's underthrown. Couldn't tell whether he was throwing to Douglas. If it was behind him, if he was throwing for Mackins, it was underthrown. It falls incomplete. Now it's fourth down.
Well, too bad it wasn't thrown to TJ, because if it would have been, it would have been pass interference. He just got run over at about the Brownwood 48-yard line, but it was indeed intended for Mackins.
Now Crawford and Ratliff back at their own 15, awaiting the punt from O'Neill. Snap back in. The punt is away. Much better kick. Will take Ratliff back to his 15-yard line, across to the 20, makes a man miss, and then Gunn and Gilson running over at the 25-yard line. 38 yards on the kick and about 10 on the return. So Brown will start first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And once again, Johnny, as that drive began at the 27, it stalled out at the 45-yard line, 43. So you're only talking about 13 to 15 yards on their opening drive.
Yeah, it took 2.5 minutes off the clock.
9:31 to go in the Texas Bank third quarter. Brownwood 14, Stephenville 7.
Boy, look how many people are on the line of scrimmage.
Lions are in the bone with three backs in the backfield. One of the Lions fired off offsides.
Tight end on this side.
So that will be an illegal procedure against the Lions. We'll back them up to the 20-yard line. Boy, you're right. Jackets had 9 people up in the box.
Yeah, they knew what was coming.
And you got to think that as stagnant as the offense has been and having a tough time moving the football since the first drive, you've got to hope for a big defensive turnover.
Yeah, big sack, big turnover. Some kind of big plays got to happen for the defense to kind of balance this game out to make up for the one that Stephenville lost deep in their territory.
Lions break the bone, get in 9 formation. Running the option is Burns. Burns will be pitching after Ratliff. It's a low pitch, but he does pick up the ball as Ratliff, but only gets a couple yards. John, that's an option play that looked like it had trouble from the get-go.
Yeah, that might have been the turnover he was looking for. Great tackle that time by Brady Gunn, as he just came up and submarined Ratliff. And you've got to just about be bear crawling to submarine Ratliff, and that's just about what Brady did.
So it's second down and 12 now for the Lions. They gained 3 yards on the play. Split receivers to both sides. Tight end look as well with 2 backs behind Burns under center. Running the option near side is Burns. Burns cuts up. He gets Gilson. Gilson finds him about the 26-yard line to make the tackle after a 4-yard gain. So it's now 3rd and 8 for the Lions.
Yeah, that's just a great tackle by Gilson as he stayed in the hole there. As you notice what Burns was trying to do, trying to cut back, and credit Cal for staying home like he was supposed to and being right there. Let's say Johnny on the spot. I guess it'd be Cal.
Important for the Jackets to make a stop here so that Brown will have to punt into the wind.
Now get that field position right back.
Burns in shotgun with 2 backs flanked beside him, 2 receivers to the near side. Burns is going to throw it. Still looking across the middle. Has an open receiver. It's over his head and almost picked off.
You can see that one coming, but it's a little tight end drag to Crawford. That is his guy. I blanket him the rest of the night in passing situation.
And Ryan Harris did blanket him as soon as the ball was thrown. It was high over his head, but Harris had a hand on him, and Fanning was right behind him.
Just used about 45 seconds on that drive right there, Boots, or that series of downs. Wasn't really a drive.
They gained 2 yards on that series to the Lions. Jackets, Briles, and Phelps back at their home 40, awaiting the snap. I should say the punt. Snap back, kick is away. Good spiraling kick that will chase Briles back to his 35-yard line, looking to make the corner, and he does. 40, taking the move, makes the move outside. He does. 45 and a face mask, maybe, out at midfield. Obviously, he grabbed the shoulder pad. It was an ugly-looking tackle, 35 yards to the punt, as you saw Kendall's head just snap back.
Yeah, he just grabbed the backside of that shoulder pad as he went by. Nice move there by Kendal to fake inside and set up that block to get outside.
Johnny, the Stephenville last drive finished just inside the 45-yard line of their own. They're now at their own 49-yard line, so the defense gains you about 5 yards on that change of possession.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want to just stay. This is what Brownwood did, you remember, in the first half. They stayed down on their end of the field. If Stephenville's in the field, now they're in Brownwood's.
14-7, Brownwood on top of Stephenville, first and 10 for the Jackets. Snap back to Kendal, giving the ball to Hunter. Hunter finds a little bit of steam, and then cuts up inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. He'll be just a little bit shy of the yardage needed for the first, about 9 yards for Hunter. It'll set up 2nd and 1 in Brownwood territory outside the 41-yard line. And boy, it seems like a long time since we've been in Brownwood territory.
Yeah, that was good blocking up front by the front 5 of the O-line of Stephenville. And a good inside cutting in. Zach's figuring out he doesn't have anything outside. Go inside and get yardage.
High formation behind Kendal, under center, straight ahead hit to Hunter. Hunter finds the same escape, 35 down to the 33-yard line. And way, one jersey grab on the last 2 to 3 runs of scoring as he breaks through the lane. Somebody reaches out and grabs the back of his jersey. And how I wish for the late 1970s University of Texas tearaway jerseys.
Now, was that 44 or 45 that reached in there? I couldn't really tell it.
I think it was Chad Evans, 45.
Should have been, yeah, because I don't think 44 is in there.
That's when all the Jones brothers would go through about 10 jerseys a game. First and 10 for the Jackets. Play action. Kendal rolling out. Scott running room across the 30. Cuts inside. 25, 20 to the 15. 10. Makes the move to the outside. 5 gets across. Touchdown, Kendal Briles. 32 yards from Kendal. He made a great movement about the 10. And Stephenville with an extra point will tie this one up at the 7:02 mark of the Texas Bank third quarter.
33 yards on the scamper. Boy, you talk about setting up your blocks, brother. He dipped inside. Was that 36? I'll ask Steve after we get through here. I think that was 36 that he just he ended up laying on the grass down there at about the 10-yard line for Brownwood. Wow, what a great fake.
A great fake at the line that froze the defensive end. Even Elson getting set now for the extra point. Snap back Petronas, hold down. Kick is on the way. He pulled a Lucy. There is a flag down, and Petronas pulled the ball away when Nelson was about to kick because he heard the flag. He pulled a Lucy on Charlie Brown that you've seen him going through the air.
Hyperextend your leg, you know?
Oh, Petronas just pulled the ball off the tee when he heard the whistle as Even was kicking through. That's like whipping a golf ball and about throwing out your back.
Well, do you go for 2 here?
Boy, howdy, that's against the line to take the ball about the 1.5-yard line.
Kick it.
Wait a minute, he's thinking about it. They have made a decision. I see Even Elson picking up the tee, and now they've told him to go ahead and kick it.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Oh, boy, they thought about going for 2 right there.
Yeah, you don't do that. You got the momentum back right now. You don't want to kill yourself right here.
All right, Jackets getting set for the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. With 7:02 to go in the Texas Bank third quarter, 1-14. Stephenville Brownwood back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Years before America's electric cooperatives forged the nationwide alliance, Touchstone Energy, neighbors built their own electric utility to power lives and communities. Now Touchstone Energy cooperatives serve millions of homes and businesses. Customers large and small get state-of-the-art technology and affordable service. From the one-room schoolhouse to the communities and businesses of tomorrow, trust Touchstone Energy, the power of human connections. Brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy partner. Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments, and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory.
Tanglewood Medical Supplies are opening their doors to dole out those great products and services that everyone has come to know. Looks like some of the most recent customers that come from surrounding areas. Does this have something to do with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets? No matter where you're from or what you're doing in Stephenville, Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies will open their doors to care for you personally.
Welcome back, Brownwood Stadium, Texas Bank third quarter, 7:02 to go. We're down at 14 after that last Stephenville scoring drive, Johnny.
Yes, it was. 3 plays, 51 yards. It took a minute 8. Briles that time on a 33-yard run. That scoring summary brought to you by the good folks at Walmart Vision Center.
Ryan Harris going to kick off the deep kick for the Jackets. He's sticking with the wind. We'll see if he gets a hold of it. He does. Deep end over end kick that will chase Crawford 8 yards back in the end zone, and then it goes through his hands and out the back of the end zone. And that's just what you want out of Mr. Harris on the kick.
There's that field position again that you want.
Johnny, let's give some updates on some scores. At Cleburne in the third quarter, Cleburne 17, Everman nothing.
I think that answers your question. How high would they be or how low?
Oh. And Comanche 14, Eastland 14. At Eastland, that in the fourth quarter is an update. Millsap 17, Rio Vista 7. That's the third. And Heiko 21, Cisco 6. That in the third as well. We'll get you some more right after this. Burns is under center, running the bump. Hand off to Ratliff. He's in some trouble. Check was not Ratliff. It's Valdez. Valdez stacks up at the line of scrimmage. He'll go nowhere. Now flags will come down late. 71 for the Lions was Kevin Campbell. He got tied up with somebody from Stephenville.
36, that'd be Fanny.
Right.
Oh man, that's a horrible call. I mean, it's I'm not saying it didn't happen, but don't you just talk to them and say, fellas,
personal foul against Stephenville. That would be the call. Boy, you got them deep. No gain on the first play at their own 20, and now you're going to give them 15 yards on the personal foul. We'll see if we can get a hold of Steve Ross, who's over on the sideline as they're explaining the penalty to Coach Briles. And Ross, were you close enough to get an explanation? I really didn't see who it was on, but I know Coach Briles was pretty upset with that call. All right, Burns is in shotgun, trips to the near side ball at the 35-yard line. Running the ball is Burns. Burns is straight to the line of scrimmage, 40, across going to the outside. A flag is down. This one's coming back. He can go out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A flag at the 43, and another one at the 40. Maybe flags seeing the same penalty, but this was one of the flags was on a receiver downfield trying to get a block on the Jacket defensive backs.
Looked like a hold. Looked like one of the defenders just got turned around from my angle.
And it might be a hold on the interior of the offensive line away from the spot as well. One of the Jackets had a chance to grab Burns in the back as he made his cut through, but he pulled away from that. It is a hold against Brownwood. Isn't that what it was called?
Yes.
Hold against Brownwood. It will be spotted at the 40-yard line. Will be marked off. So we brought back to the 30-yard line. So credit Burns with a 5-yard gain and then back him up 10 yards.
So we'll be back basically first and 15 now. They mark it at 30. Well, that was a big call.
Oh, they would have had the ball outside the 48-yard line for Brownwood.
He didn't waste any time getting upfield, did he?
6:32, you are right, in the Texas Bank third quarter. 14 apiece, first and 15 for the Lions.
They've had a lot of success on that shotgun. Well, we got twins on the near side, nobody covered.
Especially running the football. Jackets are offside, and Burns is sacked 2 yards deep. That's unfortunate. Stephenville has been pulled offside about 4 or 5 times tonight on the hard count, and that's simply just not having enough concentration.
Well, they just trade off the penalties now. That'll make it back to basically original line of scrimmage first and 10. I thought the end had gotten back, but I guess he didn't before the snap.
It is offsides against Stephenville. Boy, I'm watching Copeland pace up down the sideline. He is not a happy coach right now.
Well, and you're just pressing and trying so hard on defense. And of course, the Stephenville defense knows how important this series is. They want to get the ball right back in the hands of their offense.
So it's first down and about 11 is what it's going to line up to be.
I think I'd watch for Corey Crawford here.
Split receivers to one side. Corey Crawford, the man you mentioned, splits to the near side by himself. Once again, Burns is in shotgun. They've had a lot of success running out of shotgun, what you talked about earlier. Ratliff is standing next to him. Running the option to the near side. Burns is looking for somewhere to go. He has nowhere to go. He's run down. All the way back to the 28-yard line by Mr. Parks and Mr. Gilson.
Credit Scott Lee for taking Ratliff as the option away from Burns. And he knew exactly he couldn't throw it to Shea because if he does, Big Scott Lee might have grief.
They stopped the ball at the 30-yard line, so
he was running backwards.
So it'll be now second down at 16. And did you see the coaching staff immediately after that play what they did for Brownwood?
They pointed upfield.
They went to Deacon Burns and they said, you turn the ball upfield. So now second and 16, back to the original. In shotgun is Burns. Looking to throw out to the flats. He has Crawford. He is hit immediately out at the 40-yard line. So now it'll be third down at 6 yards. The Jacket cornerbacks are 10 yards off of Crawford. And that may be by design, but it's hurting Stephenville.
Yeah, I mean, they got him good 10 yards right there to Corey Crawford.
He didn't have to do anything.
You could see that coming. They may go right back to it.
Three to the far side, one to the near side. Burns is in shotgun again, setting up, looking to throw out the flat. Has a receiver and it's caught first down across the 46-yard line.
Gilson almost tipped that at the line of scrimmage, just barely missed.
Gilson made a move for the ball. It's almost like it went through his hands, and he found Crawford on the far side of the flanker on the quick hitter. First and 10 for the Lions at their own 47-yard line.
I think they made all of that up in passes. That's exactly what you want them to try to do. And unfortunately for the Jacket defense, they were successful. Now they got field position back. They can't get a first down. Stephenville's going to have a long way to go.
Deacon Burns under center, split receivers to both sides, one back in the backfield, and Jackets almost jump off sides again. They've got to settle down on the hard count. Right up the middle to the fullback, going nowhere on the one play. The one back was Ratliff. He will get to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
Time it was Mr. Harmon and Marks up the middle. That's, of course, that's who's up the middle, but they stuffed you right at the line of scrimmage for little of gain of hitting.
Second down and 10 for the Lions at the outside, almost the 48-yard line of their own. 4:14 and counting in the Texas Bank. Third quarter, 14 apiece, Stephenville and Brownwood. Stephenville scored on their opening drive, 7-0. Brownwood came back, scored 14 unanswered, and the Stephenville has answered here in the third quarter to tie it up. In shotgun, looking to run is Burns. Burns will get forward for about 5 yards. He will get inside Stephenville territory to about the 47-yard line. It was a direct draw from quarterback shotgun position. So it'll set up another third down for the Lions. This one will be third and a long 4, short 5, depending on how you mark it.
Well, and I think I'd go right back to that play.
Did you notice that the Stephenville tacklers on Burns almost tried to straighten him up, and everybody was wailing at the football, trying to get a strip?
Well, they need a big turnover right here.
Brownwood has yet to turn the football over in the game. 3:20 and counting in the Texas Bank third quarter. Twins both sides. Deacon Burns in shotgun. Rolling up to the near side. Still looking. One to throw across the middle. Underneath to the receiver. He's found. It is no good. Referee is right there at the play. The coaching staff of Brownwood wanted the diving catch to be called good.
Now looking at that through wearing glasses, I think.
It was a great effort made on the near side by Clint Dempsey for the catch. It would have been enough for a first down with this lead one hop. And that's 2 times now we've seen a pass to Dempsey that was underthrown slightly.
And that was Ryan Harris that was right on top of good coverage by Ryan.
So follow Ellis back to punt for the Lions. He stands at his own 40 away from the snap. Felton and Briles back. High snap, butt handle. Punt is away. High, wobbly kick will be fair caught by Briles at the 16-yard line. And that's where Steve will start first and 10. After the 31-yard kick, the defense does their part to get the foul back to the offense. With 3:05 to go in the Texas Bank third quarter, 14 apiece, Stephenville and Brownwood.
But they got the field position. Brownwood got the field position back the way they want to. Now they got to call on their defense, try to stop the Stephenville offense. Here's where Stephenville really needs to put together one of those patented long 83-yard drive right here.
Be wonderful. First and 10 for the Jackets at their own 17-yard line.
About 3 plays. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Briles under center, one back behind him is Hunter. Running the option to the far side is Briles. He pitches out to Hunter. Hunter will try to get to the sideline. It'll be a long 3 yards. Line and Stephenville continue to try to get on the outside. A loss of 3 on the play.
Well, if you block Crawford, you've got the corner. Unfortunately, you don't get Crawford blocked. With his speed, you're going to have a hard time getting outside of him without a good block.
Second down and 13 for the Jackets.
Don't want to go backwards in this part of the field, that's for sure.
Loss inside the 15-yard line. Briles is under center once again. 2 backs behind him. Play action coming in the near side. Briles is in a lot of trouble. He'll try to make one man escape. He does. Makes it over. Gets outside to the 25, outside to the 30. All by himself. Kendal Briles picks up a first down. About 16 yards on the play, and he should have been tackled about 6 yards deep in the backfield.
At least somewhere around the 15 or 14-yard line, he should have been caught. And, boy, just credit Kendal as he just has great speed. You know, he looks like a guy that would be good out of the starting blocks because he's got a quick first step, doesn't he?
Well, and that does a lot to help Jackson build field position.
There goes that bell again.
Somebody get a hold of that thing. First and 10 for the Jackets out the 30-yard line. Straight ahead handoff for Hunter. He finds a seam outside the 35. He'll pick up a 5 on the play. And once again, Zach Hunter is just one tackle away from going the distance, a solid 5 yards. But it's like the last man of defense comes up and is able to make the tackle on Hunter.
Yeah, you're exactly thing's going to break if they keep pounding away at it.
15 carries, 75 yards. Is that 5 yards a carry?
He had about, 50 at the half. So that's a pretty good quarter for Zach.
Another 25 yards. Second down and 4 for the Jackets. Actually spotted with 6. Briles again under center, 133 and counting. Hand off straight again to Hunter. Hunter trying to find a little seam. He'll get forward to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll be third down and 3. As by the time the Jackets snap the ball again, we'll be inside a minute to play here in the Texas Bank third quarter. 14 apiece equal to Brownwood.
This is a quick football game, isn't it? Now, what time did we start the third quarter? So right at 9 o'clock.
We're about 20 minutes into this one.
Yep.
Third down and a short 3 needed for the Jackets. High formation again. Briles under center. Flex now rolling outside. Will try to get the first down. Tries to make another move to the outside. He gets very close to the yardage, and he does get the first down. Kendal Briles will make 2-minute miss in the backfield and will squirt forward just enough for the first down. And what a gamer Kendal Briles has been in this contest.
No way he should have got that first down, Boots. He should have been stopped at probably the line of scrimmage, maybe the 38-yard line. He ends up getting all the way up to 42, and just great effort by Kendal. And, we talked about this at halftime. Brownwood played the first half like they wanted it more. Now Stephenville has flipped the coin to the other side. They look like they want it more right now.
First and 10 out of their own 41-yard line. Play action. Now give me the ball to Hunter. Hunter gets the outside. 45. Runs over the man at the 49-yard line. As he runs over Joe Stewartson for an 8-yard, maybe 7-yard carry. And it's a great way to end the third quarter.
Well, he said, I've been watching that 38 Maroon do this. I'm going to give you a little something what I've got.
8 yards on that carry. 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. Will Stephenville try to get another playoff or not? Yeah. 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 9 seconds and counting. 8, 7, 6. Kendal breaks over the line. I don't think he realizes how much time's left. 3. He does get a snap off. Inside trap line off to Hunter. Hunter will get close to the yardage needed for the first down. It'll be very close. They'll probably spot it and then measure at the end of the third quarter. Texas Bank third quarter, 14-14. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
At Jake and Dorothy's Cafe, we're serving our third generation. The year was 1948. The same year LP records were introduced. Harry S. Truman was elected president, and Humphrey Bogart was packing them in with treasure of the Sierra Madre. Jake and Dorothy Roach began offering high-quality food, prop-friendly service, and fair prices. This almost overnight success continues today under the direction of their daughter, Carrie Roach, who's proud to continue Jake and Dorothy's commitment to providing the best food, service, and price in the area. At Jake and Dorothy's, a little bit of history comes with every meal.
Here is Ahmed Washington. It's the best tip chicken in town. The chicken taco salad is a crispy jumbo tortilla filled to the brim with grilled chicken, French lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, sour cream, and guacamole. We'll add the chicken nachos, cubes of golden grilled chicken topped with Monterey and cheddar cheese and guacamole and sour cream. The double meat double cheeseburger is killer. Complete a meal with cheese fries or the colossal onion ring. And remember, half-price drinks are served from 2 to 5 with our great shade ice. Here is real food, real fresh, real good. Steel has been building quality chainsaws since 1926. Bill's Lawnmower Shop has been providing quality power equipment service since 1966. For an experienced team that can provide excellent service and reliable chainsaws, look to Steel and Bill's Lawnmower Shop.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. Okay. Right.
Make the 9, go play 0 in the third.
Wow.
There's 28, and 7, 3. And the 25, that's a 25 2-way sweep you got right there, Shane. All right, here we go. We start the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is brought to us by Techstar Ford. They have measured. Was it enough for the first, Johnny?
Inches at midfield.
So it'll be third down and less than a foot needed for the Jackets at the.
Fourth down.
Is it fourth down? Was that third?
Yes.
It should be third down. It should be third down because that was second down after the long Hunter run was first, and then that was the second play after the Hunter run, which is Hunter up the middle for 2.
Is it third down?
It should be third down.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. They set it up there. The ball is placed in Brownwood territory just outside the 49-yard line. They must get to the 49-yard line, must the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. 14-14, Stephenville and Brownwood.
Man, what a great football game.
When is it not between these two teams?
I just don't want any overtime tonight, okay?
Oh, gosh.
Let's score 2 here in the fourth quarter and get this over with.
Kendal is under center. Wishbone look behind him. Straight ahead hit for Briles. He will have enough for the first down.
There you go.
Inside down to the 48-yard line is the spot on the near side, so they'll move the chains.
Get behind that big offensive line, big fella, and just shove your way down the line.
On the straight ahead hit for Briles, he gets to the 48, first and 10 for the Jackets at the Brownwood 48-yard line. 11:54 to go.
You know, this the fourth quarter is going to be obviously very important with the tide. Let's go to Steve after this and see if we can see what the condition of all the players are here. Injury update there.
Twins to the far side, one to the near side. Briles is under center with one back behind him. That's Mackins, who now comes in motion to the near side. Inside trap handoff to Hunter. Hunter will try to get back. He'll get to the line of scrimmage. And I think that every team in this district pretty much has the wingback trap scouted out.
Yeah, John, across Timbers Orthopedics injury update. It's good news. Nobody has even asked to come out of the game. I'll tell you, if you didn't think Cal Gilson was a tough kid on that last defensive series on one play while he was down, he got hit in the head and then took a helmet to the rib, had the wind knocked out of him. Took him a minute to get up. He didn't even look to the sideline to come out. He took a couple gulps there, went back up there and made the tackle on the next play.
Rips to the near side, twins to the far side. Briles is in shotgun formation. Snap back to him, rolling to the near side. In some trouble, he'll try to escape, but he will. 45-40, makes the move to the inside, on the outside. It runs out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That was a direct snap from shotgun. What we've seen from Deacon Burns earlier. They goes for big yards and a first down. 16 yards on the carry for Briles. Gives the Jackets first and 10 at the Brownwood 33-yard line.
Well, he just, like you were saying about Bradley and Burns getting around the corner, Kendal just showing you great speed to get around the containment, get the 16-yard gain.
First and 10 for the Jackets at the Brownwood 33-yard line. 10:55 to go here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Close in sets again. Briles is under center. Inside handoff to Hunter. Hunter finds a little segment and gets it at the 25 down to the 20-yard line. Another first down for Stephenville. A gain of about 12, maybe 11, depending on the spot. But it should be enough for a first down, and it is.
Well, great blocking up front. Brownwood looked a little confused on that one. And that's what we were talking about up here in the booth at halftime. Just shove it down their throat, go at them. I heard Steve Freeman say at the pep rally today, he said, word is Stephenville wants to cram this down their throat. Well, my throat's not very big. Well, with Zach Rabbit, it doesn't have to be very big.
First and 10 for the Jackets at the 21-yard line of Brownwood, 14 apiece in the fourth quarter. Handoff over the right side, Hunter. Hunter gets stood up at the 20-yard line, then fights to the 19. He'll get about 2 yards on the play. And
that was Evans that stood him up, and look who won that battle.
You're right, Chad Evans. Hunter stood him. He got stood up at the 1-yard deep and then spun and then drove him backwards 2 more yards.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive when you think that Evans is 220, 6'2". He had leverage, he had size. He just didn't have on that particular play the heart of the Zach Rabbit.
Well, and carry him now. Credit him with 3 yards, even a better spot. Briles is under center. He puts Hunter as a wingback on the right. Inside trap, no faking the inside trap, and Kendal will sneak forward, and the ball is loose again at the 19-yard line. Let's wait and see. No signal.
Yeah, it's
Brownwood got the football. Third turnover on the ball game for Stephenville. No turnovers for Brownwood. Kendal that time trying to go around the corner, holding that ball outside like a piece of loaf of bread. Got the ball stripped away from him.
I think when he spun sideways, it looked like his arm kind of got pulled away from his body, and the ball was just exposed. That wasn't by design, obviously. Oh, man, that's huge. You get in the red zone, you got to get something there. They were definitely in field goal range at this point.
Certainly, and he had picked up about another 3 yards on the play, so it would have been 3rd down and 4 from about the 16-yard line. Instead, Brownwood gets the ball at the 19-yard line after the fumble. Deacon Burns, front of the option, pitch pitching out to Ratliff. He's in a lot of trouble, and he'll be brought down for a big loss all the way back to the 16-yard line. A loss of 3 to 4 on the play, and 2 Brownwood Lions are down, or maybe that's one checking on another Lion that's down. 52, that's Roderick, 55, Will Monroe. That's the senior guard up front for the Lions.
Well, the Boots, just as we were saying about Stephenville Yellow Jackets not being able to get outside of the Brownwood defense, well, right back at you, Brownwood is not now able to get outside. You almost got to figure if they're going to break anything, they're going to have to rely on either Ratliff or probably Burns to cut back against the grain.
Great spot, only 2-yard loss is credited. I thought it'd been more like 4 or 5. We're at the 9:32 mark of the Techstar fourth quarter, 14 apiece. They are working on Will Monroe, and they are working on either a knee or a lower leg extremity.
Steve's down there, and he has a real good look at it. Let's see if Steve can give us a report.
Yes, I do have a cross-tempered orthopedic injury update. Dr. Bill Evans just walked about halfway out on the field. They told him it was a cramp, so they're working on a young man's calf right now. Never had one of those. Kind of a scary thought to see your muscle roll up in a knot.
Any talk on the sideline to the offense about the fumbles? Is there anything a coaching staff can say to their players?
No, but it's just a case of guys giving extra effort. Kendal got spun around, had the ball knocked on his hip, and then the Brownwood Lions, they look a little tired defensively, but they're still swarming to the ball. They were opportunistic that time and jumped on it. But you got to like the way things are happening right now. Stephenville's got Brownwood back on their heels. They've seized the momentum here in the second half. And I think you're going to see some Darrell Royal football here in the last 9:32. If Stephenville can hold Brownwood, they're going to keep it between the tackles and just let their size try and quit Brownwood up front.
Well, I want to mention with 9.5 to go here in the Techstar fourth quarter, as Steve makes that mention, if Stephenville does keep the ball on the ground for the rest of the contest, you're talking about Stephenville with a high-octane passing offense. Tonight will only have 9 yards passing.
Well, I guarantee you right now they're not going to care how many yards
I agree.
they passing or rushing as long as they've got enough yards to win this football game.
Second down and we'll call it 13 yards needed for the Lions back at their own, inside their own 17. Second down and 12. We'll call it that if they officially put the spot. Burns under center. High formation behind him. Twice to the near side. One receiver to the far side. Front of the option is Burns. Burns looking to cut it. Finds the seam, and it's a big one. He is dragged down at the 35-yard line, and it is a first down.
Ooh, Justin Mock hanging on, and just as Zach was a step away a couple of times. Boy, Ratliff was. There's that cutback we talked about that he was going to be looking for, and sure enough, it was there that time.
Deacon Burns ran the option down the side. Broke containment as he was able to get around the corner and then cut up.
Big first down, get him out of the hole.
9:08 and counting here in the fourth quarter. First and 10 for the Lions at their own 35-yard line. Twins to the far side, one to the near side. High formation again behind Burns. Burns in trouble now. Picks the ball. It's out and it's loose. And it's up for grabs and going back again. Steve-O's got on the football. They have. They get the ball at about the 16-yard line.
Actually, exactly where they fumbled it while ago, Boots.
Ratliff, I should say Burns was in all kinds of trouble. He pitched the ball late. It was out of the grasp of Ratliff. Ratliff tried to go to the ground and get it. He could not pick it up and squirted away from him. And white jerseys gobbled it up at the 16-yard line. They'll actually mark now at the 19-yard line.
Can you believe that Ratliff didn't get to that ball?
He had a chance all by himself with everyone about 5 yards away just to lift up and land on the ball. I don't know what he tried because it didn't look like he tried to pick it up and run. He just couldn't get a hold of it.
And you know what's really weird? Steve couldn't get a break in the first half. Now things seem to be going their way.
Briles is in shotgun. Inside give to Hunter. Hunter finds a little thing. 15, 10, makes it back to the bar. Back Hunter on a play at the goal line. It's strike 3. And Stephenville is taking the lead by 20 to 14. At the 8:39 mark of the Techstar fourth quarter. PAT upcoming.
Now isn't that weird? Exactly what happened to Stephenville. They fumbled, and on the first play Brownwood scores, Stephenville comes right back does the same thing here in the fourth quarter.
Boy, how eerie. The first and second quarters are like just flip-flop teams. Nelson getting set for the extra point. Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way, and it's up, and it is good. Brownwood. 8:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Stephenville takes back the lead. 21-14. We're back in 1 minute on KSTV.
I had to replace my whole air conditioner. I wanted one to save me money.
So he called me, Roger Easter of Easter area, local industry.
He recommended the air conditioner that would save me 20%. Do I hear 30, 30 now, 40, 40, 50, 50 now, 60, 60% going what? Why? To the money dealer who recommended high efficiency system that would save me money.
Yep, save up to 60% of my name in Roger Easter.
You sure are a man of few words.
Just trying to be efficient.
One less thing to worry about. Supporting the Jackets for over 30 years. Bill Tomlinson, class of 67. David Tomlinson, class of 71. The Stephenville Funeral Home. Your family's friend in time of need in Stephenville.
8:39 to go here in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter from Gordonwood Stadium. John Holland, your Boots Elliott, Steve Ross, glad to have you along as Stephenville has scored 14 unanswered points to retake the lead here at Gordonwood Stadium, 21-14.
Now they're setting up the Starburst.
Starburst is being set up by the Lions as number 11, Levi Camp, will be the dealer, but the Jackets have brought in Virgin as the kicker, and he is the pooch kick specialist.
That scoring drive, one play, 19 yards, only took 6 seconds. Zach Hunter on the 19-yard run that caught by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Pooch kick is away. It will be taken up by Ratliff at the 15-yard line, getting out to the 20, across the 25, finds a seam, but then is tackled at the 32-yard line. Good tackle. It's made in the open field by Haney. Derek Haney making the stop at the 32, and that's where Brownwood will begin at the 8:29 mark here, left in the ball game, trailing now Stephenville 21-14.
By the way, on that scoring drive, a generous donation will be made to Project Hope for that score by the Yellow Jackets from the good folks at Cheatham and Lansford CPAs.
First and 10 for the Lions out at the 36-yard line. Burns is under center, two backs behind him. Split receivers to both sides with a tight end look. On Corey Crawford, split side. Front of the option. Now, play action. Looking to throw. Get Burns. He's in a lot of trouble. And he will throw the ball out of bounds. That's going to be a flag, and it is. Grounding the ball back at the 25-yard line.
No, Coach. You're not going to get that one. No way. No way they're going to call that a pass.
The official has come to the referee and asked that be
waved
off. And watch the Steeple fans. They are about to go nuts.
That is going to be waved off. Horrible call.
Oh, he is waved off. And the
You got to be kidding.
Brownwood caught an unbelievable break there.
He throws it underhanded out of bounds. And the closest guy is down at the 45-yard line.
And they're going to say that because of that, it's an incomplete pass. And they'll bring the ball all the way back to the 36-yard line, make it second 10.
They should have been on about the 15-yard line. Now they're at the 36.
What an enormous break for the officials.
That is unbelievable.
Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Some confusion in the Jackets defensive back. Now Burns will try to run by himself. He finds the seam and they will escape. One man to beat him and bring him down to Scott at the 35-yard line. Stephenville.
That's a horrible call.
It changes momentum, and now Brownwood has the ball at the Stephenville 35-yard line with 8:14 and counting. That is a horrendous call. And it was called down by the referee, and the side judge standing right by Freeman, who got talked into that, goes to the referee and talks him into pulling his flag back up.
I'm telling you, credit the Brownwood coaching staff on that, because they talked him into it. And just great. You finish up for what?
To the near side, one receiver far side, I formation behind Burns. Running the option, Burns looking to cut up, and he does. He finds the seam outside the 30, and then he is run down by Guns out of bounds. Boy, a lot of Brownwood fans want a penalty that will not get one. A pickup of about 7. And we are right at the 8-minute mark.
Wow. What a swing and momentum on that one penalty.
Well,
they're back at their own 15-yard line. But we lost it down.
What's important for Stephenville right now, doesn't matter how many yards you give up to Brownwood, just don't allow a touchdown.
Yeah, just keep them out of the end zone. That's what makes that tackle so big. Just a moment ago,
right? Scott at the 35.
Exactly.
Second down and 4 for the Lions. 8 minutes to play in the Techstar Ford fourth quarter. Stephenville 21, Brownwood 14, and an overflow capacity crowd 12,000 plus here at Gordonwood Stadium. Burns under center, twins to the far side, one to the near side, two back in the backfield. Burns is running the option. He'll look at it. What a great tackle made by Chilton. Chilton sticks up behind behind Burns, who looked like he hadn't seen for about 15 yards, and he stopped him short of the yardage needed for the first, and it will now set up 3rd down and 3 for the Lions.
Boy, Burns looks like he's out of gas. Look at him. Just stand there with his hands on his hips at the 30-yard line. He's a tired young man. As he waits for the call to come in. Look, if he had a bad ankle, you'd have seen it right then. Because Chelsea just turned him inside out.
3rd and 3 for the Lions. Swings to the near side. One receiver far side. Again, high formation with Brownwood at the tee. Burns under center. Running the option. Burns almost tripped, and then it's hammered down at the 29-yard line by Chilton again. Followed up by Gordon Carroll. It will be 4th down and 3 for the Jackets. And Johnny, when you saw Burns come out from center and then spin out, he almost tripped. And that may be a sign of sore ankles and tired feet.
Yeah, he's got tired legs. You can see that they're going to have to call timeout just to give him a breather. Look,
it's going to be
his helmet's already off.
It's going to be 4th down and 3 as we come back from the timeout. 21-14, Stephenville on top. 4th down. We'll get back. We're back in 1 minute on WHDB.
Years before America's electric cooperatives forged the nationwide alliance, Touchstone Energy, neighbors built their own electric utility to power lives and communities. Now Touchstone Energy cooperatives serve millions of homes and businesses. Customers large and small get state-of-the-art technology and affordable service. From the one-room schoolhouse to the communities and businesses of tomorrow, trust Touchstone Energy, the power of human connections. Brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy partner.
Kendal Medical Supplies are opening their doors to build out those great products and services that everyone has come to know. Looks like some of the most recent customers that come from surrounding areas. Does this have something to do with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets? No matter where you're from or what you're doing in Stephenville, Tanglewood Pharmacy and Tanglewood Medical Supplies will open their doors to care for you personally.
Whether on or off the field, success requires focus, knowledge, and action. At Investment Centers of America, we focus on your goals, offer you our cumulative knowledge of investments, and recommended actions that fit your objectives. We enjoy being your coach, but you're the quarterback. After all, it is your money. Investment Centers of America, Town and Country Bank Building, Stephenville. Investment Centers of America. We know the territory.
7 minutes to go in the Techstar fourth quarter. Brownwood takes the timeout. 4th down, and we'll call it 4 now after that last play. They're at Stephenville 29 and must get to the Stephenville 25-yard line. Stephenville leading 21-14. Trips to the near side, one receiver far side. Burns is in shotgun with Brownwood standing next to him. Awaiting a step back to him. Looking to throw out the flat. It's caught by Crawford and then tackled immediately. Brady got it read it perfectly, and the ball will turn over and down as Corey Crawford just slams the ball into the ground. A loss of 3 yards, 4 yards on the completion. The ball will turn over and down to Stephenville. Thank you, Mr. Gunn. Reading that, knowing where Corey Crawford was at the flanker, and as soon as the ball was snapped, the free safety made a beeline right at Crawford. When the ball arrived, so was Gunn.
You suppose that they were going to have Crawford throw that? That was a horrible call.
Or try to pitch it to somebody else.
Well, no, he was 4 yards by the line. It's a lateral. I mean, he could have thrown a forward pass from there. And look, Crawford has to stay out on the field now. Guess what they're about to get?
A lot of hammer time right up the middle. 6:55. Inside handoff to Hunter. Hunter will try to get to the outside. He will go up the field for about no gain. But a nice job by Hunter, because I think earlier in the game he had probably tried to string that one to the sideline. He stays up the middle. That's the way to keep the clock rolling. 6:40 and counting.
2 timeouts for Brownwood
remaining because they just took 1 on the previous drive. No gain on the play. It's 2nd down and 10.
This drive started at the 6:35 or 6:55. 6:55 mark. Let's see how much time the Jackets can take off the ball off the clock. If they don't, go down and score.
Briles is under center. Twins to the far side. One to the near side. One back is Mack as he comes in motion to the near side. Briles faking the trap and now will go forward by himself. He will get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Very conservative here for the Stephenville Yellow Jackets.
I kind of like the call.
I do too.
You haven't had any success on the trap because everyone has read it so well on a wingback. So fake the ball to the trap man and then let Kendal try to run around and find some yardage. Now another player down for Brownwood, and doesn't that look like another cramp to you?
Yeah, it does. And let's go down to Steve Roswell. We got a little stoppage and play. Steve, is it warm down there on the field? What is this deal?
It's actually pretty cool. I just think, we take Stephenville's conditioning so for granted. We do have a cross-timbers orthopedics injury update. Lost on that last defensive stand. Craig Parks has re-injured his right knee. He's had trouble with that the last couple of years. The training staff and Dr. Bill Evans is working on him. I don't know what it is. I heard Dr. Evans say it's not your ACL. So it may just be a sprained knee, but we'll get an update on that as soon as we can. But, that's the worst thing. That's the one thing you hate here, and we've eliminated that.
Well, that's the first thing Craig probably wanted to know.
Well, and one positive, if there is, that if the defense goes ahead and keeps Brown scoring, they win. You can really let a guy like Parks rest for 4 weeks before you go into the playoffs.
That's right. Craig's sitting up now. A couple of his family members are over there talking to him, and he's in a lot of pain, and we sure hope that young man is all right. One of the nicest kids that's ever put on the blue and gold, so we hope only the best for him.
They'll start the clock, 5:58 counting, and if Stephenville is smart, they'll wait a while before they snap this ball.
I think there's a chance they're smart, so...
5:49 and counting. Kendal slowly walks them up the line. 3rd and 11 from their own 32-yard line. Hunter comes in motion to the near side. Briles looking to throw. Throwing the ball up for grass. Rodale makes the catch inbound. And he escapes. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Stephenville pulls everyone and throws the football. And it will go 67 yards. And Stephenville has extended it. Probably won the game.
Papa boy.
Holy cow, Batman.
What a gutsy call.
27-14 now with the extra point upcoming. You aren't kidding. 3rd and 11, and I think everybody thought that Stephenville will just plant it one time right up the middle to take some more clock, and instead they throw the flare pattern out to O'Neal. Snap back, hold down, kick on the way. It is up, and it is good. 5:30 to go in the contest. The Texas forward, fourth quarter. 28-14. Steve on top of Brownwood. Back in 1 minute on KSTV.
Difference at all. Yes, that would be one thing.
It's football season.
But it does.
Also, home TV.
I have to get the screen, the recliner.
He also has a reliable high-speed seat.
Yep. This is the best seat in the house, baby.
That took 1 minute and 25 seconds to go that drive. I can't believe we did that.
Okay,
That's the clear 3 in this, Jay.
Five and a half minutes to go in the Texas fourth quarter. Stephenville 28. Brownwood 14. Johnny, last scoring drive.
3 plays, 67 yards, only took 1 minute 25. The Briles to O'Neal 68-yard pass. That scoring summary brought to you by Luffy's Breakfast and Lunch only South Loop.
Virgin with a kick, high end over end pooch kick that will be taken by Ratliff at the 15. He then gives the ball to the dealer man, who then gives the ball over to Crawford. Crawford gets to the sideline and then run out of bounds by Felton Gunn at about the 36-yard line.
I think it was Herman Hermits back in the 60s that sang the song. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. Folks, this being the world, man, they cleared out on
the Brownwood fans in front of us are clearing out like you would not believe after that last extra point was kicked by Brownwood to go up by 14 points. I mean, they are still filing out of here.
Man, that's hard to believe.
I mean, you got, even though I was a little bit presumptuous and I said that could be the ball game, you got 5.5 minutes left in this contest.
Well, actually, you said it was the ball game.
Okay, even more presumptuous than I thought. How about that?
Exactly.
First and 10 for the Lions. This is not what they wanted to be. Trailing by 14 in the fourth quarter. Burns looking to throw the deep ball. This one's up for grabs. It's up deep and almost intercepted by Gunn. He had a great chance at it, and I think he mistimed his jump just slightly, and the ball hit him on top of the helmet. It looked like.
Boy, you're going to see why Brownwood runs the wishbone right now.
Because Burns just took 3 steps back, threw this one straight up in the air, and hoped Crawford could run underneath it.
Jump ball. I mean, you know, you can get a penalty, you can get a tip, guy can, like you say, time his jump. I think Stephenville safeties are going to be playing pretty deep right now, including Mr. Gunn, number 20.
Didn't you say 35-14, what you thought the score would be?
35-17 is what I said.
Might end up being pretty close. Gunn in free safety again. He's playing like a deep center fielder. Burns looking to throw on the far sideline. It's caught and then out of bounds by Crawford, and a late hit. This one will go a flag, surely. Oh my goodness, did not get a hit. Well, we don't.
He was in bounds when he hit him.
We did not have the best of angles from over here. Let's go over to Steve Ross. When Harris made the hit, still in bounds, Stevie?
He hit it right on the out of bounds line. You know, he hit him hard. The players had a lot of momentum, so it wound up way out of bounds. But I was right here on the line. That was a legal hit. When you get a chance to have an update on Craig Parks, I'll take it back from you guys.
We'll go run it just late to you, Stevie. 3rd down and 4 now for the Lions. 5:07 left in the contest. 28-14. Stephenville on top of Brownwood. Snap back to Burns. Trips to the near side. Looking to throw. He's in all kinds of trouble. Looking to escape. Flags down across the 40. Burns across midfield. Inside the 45 to the 40. 35-30 run down, but this one's coming all the way back at the 35-yard line. And what a hit on the interior of the defense.
That was Kevin Campbell, number 71. Harmon. He jacked him up and he flung backwards about 4 yards.
You know what's awful about that for Burns? He just ran about 60 yards on the play, and it's going to have to come all the way back.
Man, let's go back to Steve Ross.
Go, Stevie.
All right, here's our Cross Timbers Orthopedic injury update on Craig Parks. It's not good news, but it's not the worst news. It looks like he has a torn medial collateral ligament. Now, they're going to give him an MRI on Monday. The good news is with a torn MCL, that usually repairs on its own without surgery. They're going to do the MRI to see how much it stretched the ACL. They know that anterior cruciate ligament is not torn, but if it's just a torn MCL, that's usually about a 3 to 4 week window to recover on its own without surgery, just therapy, so he can be back by the first round of the playoffs.
Right.
All right, that's great news.
And that's a window that we have available to us.
Certainly, because this district game being so tough and up front with everyone at Brownwood, now you come out of here 2-0. 3rd down and 15 for the Lions back at their own 33-yard line. Burns under center. Play action setting up. Harmon running over everybody. Flushes out Burns, and now he'll be destroyed. Back at the 25-yard line by Gilson and by Harmon. A big sack all the way back at the 26-yard line. 4:22 and counting, and now it will be 4th down and Comanche to go.
Now, I'm going to tell you, it may even be blanket. Hey, I'm going to tell you on this series right here, I know Steve can see it down at field level even better.
Where they're going to punt?
It's as if number 66 is saying, all right, it's time for me to make my stand. You know, my buddy's out of here, my partner next door, Craig Parks, he just destroyed the line of scrimmage.
Snap back to Ballwell. Will punt. I kind of question this. End over end kick gets to the 40, takes a big bounce forward, will go out of bounds at the 29-yard line, approximately the 30-yard line of Stephenville. Johnny, I don't care if you're at your own 25 and you've got about 20 yards in on the first. You're down 14 points with 3.5 to go in the game on a very important district ball game.
And you know that,
I mean, you're probably going to lose anyway if you don't take the chance. You're already 14 points down. Why not go for it?
What does this do to your players that are running to the sideline? They look up and see fans just scurrying out of here.
Oh, I'm telling you, going everywhere. And the Brownwood Lions, for the first time in probably 4 or 5 years, are going to lose 2 district games in a row.
I guess Kobe's freshman year.
That's right.
Yeah. They went
3:47 to go. I just don't understand why you don't go for it. 1st and 10 for the Jackets at the 30-yard line. Boy, this will be tight running. Hand off to Hunter. Hunter escapes across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 7 to 8 on the play.
You're going to see see some tired defensive player. Now, this is what Coach Briles was doing in the third quarter, Boots. He was wearing this defense down to set up what he's getting right now in the fourth quarter. You're seeing missed tackles, tired legs. Well, I wish that guy would have bet me $200 like I tried to get him.
Hey, I got Stephenville at 10 points on this game.
I know a guy that got 7.
Second down and 2 for the Jackets. 3:14 and counting.
Of course, it was all in fun.
I'm not. Briles under center. Handoff is Hunter. Hunter will get the line of scrimmage. That'll be about it. It'll be 3rd and 2. Will Brownwood start taking timeouts?
They will after this next play, I would think.
Why wouldn't you now? Because it's 3rd down and you still got 2 timeouts left. It's almost like you're conceding because the clock continues to run.
They conceded. They funded, I think. They really do.
I just do not
be hoping for a turnover, fumble, punt. Punt, return.
3rd down and a yard and a half for the Jackets.
Well, I'm glad all those people I know over here living early. They're not at this game.
Jackets, Briles under center. I understand what you're saying. Running option to the near side. Briles cuts it up. And we'll get close to the yardage needed for the first down. It's a tough spot, though, on the near side.
Well, he went down and then scooted forward. Looks like he's got it, though, by about half the length of football.
We'll wait and see on the spot. It's at the 2:22 mark of the Techstar fourth quarter, and they give the first down.
There's your football game.
Kendal, Briles, and Zach Hunter. What gutty efforts for those 2 young men tonight.
13 carries now,
126 yards for him, and 127 yards for Zach Hunter.
Wow.
253 yards in rushing for those 2 guys. That really helped the passing stats. What'd that get us to 77 yards.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Jackets at the 49-yard line of Brownwood. 1:59 and counting. Hand up on the right side, Hunter. Hunter will skate forward to the 45 and pick up about 4 on the play. That'll put him over 130 yards.
Now, your Brownwood lines are going, thanks, guys. They're putting all this fresh meat in on the front 5. And, they got big, fresh legs up there now for the O-line for Stephenville. That's almost insult to injury. Wow, what an impressive second half. They outscore Brownwood 21-0 in the second half.
And I'm sure the total yardage will be just as dominating.
Yeah.
Second down and 7 for the Jackets. Briles again under center. Hand off again to Hunter. Hunter will get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be about it. And now Brownwood takes a timeout with 1:14 remaining. It'll be 3rd down.
Might as well not take him to the locker room with you. It'll be, Well, I'm gonna holler at Steve here for just a second. Steve, down on the sideline, when did you feel the? I know you could feel like the momentum swing. Was it when we tied the ball game or on that next series? What do you think?
Well, John, I really think it was before that when the defense came out and established themselves in the second half. And if you look back, the Stephenville defense has really not yielded anything since the end of the first quarter, and they have what's led this turnaround in this ball game. This team has found something it can hang its hat on, and I think they've also kind of rediscovered an option offensively that they have, and that's just to load up behind that big offensive line and pound people.
Brownwood had 42 total yards in the second quarter. I'd be willing to venture they haven't got much more than that.
76 after the first quarter, 118 at the half. So he's right. After the first quarter, they just shut it down.
You're talking 24 and 18, 42 total yards for Brownwood in the second quarter, and probably less than 100 easily in the second half.
Yeah, and this was a case of we talked about this early in the year about this defense. This was a case of defense just keeping you in the football game until your offense got on track.
3rd down and 6 for the Jackets. Briles under center. Once again, now play action. Rolling to the outside. Looking to run is Briles. Briles will just go down before he goes out of bounds. A loss of 2 on the play. Will Brownwood take another timeout? They will. 1:03 to go. We'll take a timeout with them. 28-14. Stephenville on top. Back in 1 minute on KSTV. To go in the Techstar fourth quarter. Stephenville 28, Brownwood 14. Stephenville has scored 21 unanswered second half points.
Best football team won tonight. And, I told everybody all week long I thought we'd win by 2 touchdowns, which is what we did. But boy, it didn't come easy. When you look at the score,
O'Neal snap back to him, gets the punt away. High over the head of everybody. O'Neal just punted that one out of bounds, I believe on purpose, not to allow them to have any return, but the punt will only be credited with a bounce. Let's wait and see. 10 yards on the punt.
Sorry, hurt your average, but no return. 57.1 seconds to go in the ball game, and Stephenville's going to move to 3-0. Brownwood's going to drop to 1-2.
Well, what's interesting is that so does Everman. Everman, we heard in the fourth quarter, was losing big, 17-0.
So that makes our game big next week, and then Brownwood will have Cleveland after that. Brownwood plays Crowley next week. They're going to have to regroup this football team pretty quick.
And if Alonzo Floyd has a big game that holds on to the football, opposite what it did to us,
it's been a long night for the Lions yet again.
First and 10 for the Lions at their own 48-yard line. Deacon Burns in shotgun. Rolling to the far side, setting up, looking to throw. Still looking. Now throws across the middle, and it is caught. Enough for a first down at the 41-yard line.
And he just gets buried. I can't even see a maroon jersey. Now there he comes out.
11 yards on the pass completion, and this is kind of some meaningless total yards that'll be added to the stats.
Yeah, good point.
They roll the clock now with 48 seconds after they set the chain. Snap back to Burns. Burns rolling to the near side, looking to throw out the flat. It's underthrown. The intended receiver was Joe Stewartson. It'll set up second out of 10 with the incompletion. The clock stops at 42 seconds. 28-14, Stephenville over Brownwood. Stephenville is now won. Is it 16 in a row?
We've got full circle. They haven't lost since they played Brownwood last year.
Good point. So with the full season, 16 games, they are 60-0 on the Jackets since this loss to Brownwood last year.
And that makes 21 out of the last 22.
And the chop off getting going for the Jackets.
Well, we've seen that.
Burns in shotgun, setting up, looking at the pump fake. Now let this one fly deep. This is over the head of everyone. Laying out for the ball was
Shea Rattler.
Also Corey Crawford.
Oh, was that Corey?
Boy, Corey has the ability to close on the football in a hurry. And you heard our Briles say he won the district last year in the intermediate and high hurdles and advanced to state in the intermediate. You get to see some of the good speed on that young man.
Talking with Coach Copeland yesterday, he told me, Boots, they were going to try to make Shea Rattler be the guy that beats him. And he says, because I don't think he can. He really wasn't a factor in the game tonight, was he?
Third down and 10. Rolling to the near side is Burns. Burns had a better game than I think a lot of people thought. Short hop again, pass to Clint Dempsey is incomplete, and it'll set up fourth down. And you're looking at a very, very tired Deacon Burns.
I was going to tell you, you got to take your hat off to that young man because he's had to do a lot of stuff tonight, pretty much on his own. A lot like Kendal had to on a few situations. And well, we saw a couple of really gifted quarterbacks out on this field tonight. Most, one on each team.
Boy, and remember, Deacon Burns did not participate in practice this week until Thursday.
He's going to go lay down when he takes his pads off here in a few minutes.
Fourth down and 10 for the Lions at the Stephenville 40-yard line. 30 seconds remaining. Stephenville on top, 28-14. High snap and handled by Burns. Looking to throw over the head of the intended receiver. That one might have been tipped in the line of scrimmage. It was by Cal Jelson. The ball will turn over on downs after the incompletion. Stephenville gets the ball at the 40-yard line, and with 25.9 seconds, I have a feeling Briles will just go to a knee.
One knee, and we're done. Now they can go home.
Boy, and Brownwood fans are really filing out of here now. And the Stephenville fans, for the most part, remain.
You think?
Having a big party across the way.
They've got nowhere to go except sit back and enjoy this. Stephenville will take care of their business now. They got a couple of they got a tough game next week, of course, against the Cleveland Yellow Jackets. And they'll take care of that. They ought to be home free on the district championship. On their way to a perfect 10-0 season.
It'll be interesting to see what Granbury does tonight. Because if they win, then they will still only have one loss on the season. Briles will go to a knee. 21 seconds and counting.
Shake their hands, boys. This one's over.
This was a fun one from Gordon Boyd Stadium. Stephenville will keep the #1 ranking in the state. Brownwood will fall to 1-2 in district. Stephenville goes to 3-0 and has now won 16 consecutive games as they count it off here in Brownwood. Stephenville a winner tonight, 28-14 over Brownwood.